Just for your, because every single person in the voting had this player, I'll tell you that Bud had Ivan Toney above Kevin De Bruyne in his list.
Okay. What's going on, Pat? What's going on here?
You guys said top 10 players right now.
Even I wouldn't do that.
Nah, he's trolling, bro.
KDB
He's trolling.
He's not
I
on.
feel about KDB. Even I wouldn't put him.
Tooney has been better than KDB.
It's not
right
even
now.
his name.
I don't want to be friends with you.
Sorry, Ivan Tooney, whatever.
Perfect. Taller than
No, but it's because you got a big rump.
True.
So it puts your bum up
Yeah.
higher. That's why Mitch looks really tall when he sits on the couch.
Does he?
Yeah, he looks so tall. It's like when you sit next to him on a chair in Final Whistle, he looks like the great Carly.
yeah, we have to put 2 pillows on that
Exactly.
under our bums.
Yeah, he looks like the great Carly.
Huh?
He actually does.
Mitch, when in Final Whistle, he looks massive.
Bro, he looks like a Terminator, bro.
Yeah, because his bum sits him so high up.
He's a linebacker for the Patriots.
You're back with another beautiful episode. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. This is Let 'Em Shoot.
Perth edition.
We're back Perth this time. We're doing a tour.
Water's a bit safer than Adelaide.
Big special episode. One of the OG Let 'Em Shoot episodes.
Come on.
Good topic. We decided to throw it back a little bit because so many people requested it. But we're not talking about Caramel on the weekend.
that was 2 weeks ago, cuz.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Throw it back a little bit. I'm talking about last week.
Let it go. It was like 2 weeks ago.
I'm talking about just
You don't even know
Caramel
your
last
weeks
week.
anymore.
It's every week,
literally
cuz.
two
It's
weeks
every
ago.
week. It's every week.
So we're doing free advertising really right now. That's what we're doing.
Before we kick this off, to my right,
It's a boy MJ, Born Africa Gang. You know, I got the Let 'Em Shoot merch tee on. Let us know if you want some merch.
We're not going to
You
drop
know,
it. But let us know if you want it.
let us know. We'll read it. That's it.
Yeah. We'll think it, man.
shout out 11 Icon official. We can keep this in or not.
Who's that on the
see.
jersey?
This is the
Some kids might not know.
This is the original.
weird out
This
there,
is the one and only Ronaldo. To my left, Pengus Tekis, Hay Fever Survivor, back again. Let 'Em Shoot TV. I'm with all the guys today. You know, they retired a couple weeks ago, but they're back 2 weeks in a row. Imagine. I don't know if these will be released 2 weeks in a row, but yes.
MJ, what happened?
Good with it.
MJ, what happened to the jersey you had that looked like that yellow one?
No, Jesse. I got it framed
Oh, yeah.
with all the comments. With all the comments.
Didn't you buy like a bonfire the other day?
Hey, Brazil
Bradley,
shirt.
Bradley.
It's all on already. It's all on.
To the far right,
Cameras and Dombele.
Cap.
Napoli
Come on.
edition.
yeah,
Only.
nice. Yep.
I like that.
Yeah.
Same tech
Yeah. I have to
didn't-
get specific with my players
and
now.
fitness.
You didn't want to say like Leon version?
Nah, this Napoli one's different.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah, it's proper.
It's more mature.
Yeah.
You are mature. I take
you.
that.
To
Yeah.
his left, we have Puppy Stemba.
Puppies, them PBB. He wants to fight. Yeah, Pretty Boy Bud back at it. I'm looking at the wrong camera. PBB, Pretty Boy Bud back at it again. You know.
And-
Apparently, Caramel's ambassador. So Olivier, you want to start partying? Let me know, man. Come up.
To his left,
Hey, you know, we're doing an OG episode, man. It's got to bring the OGs back. Shoot
Yeah.
it before, let them shoot again. Let's go.
all right. Today, before we kick this off, actually, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, and share.
Yes, sir.
Follow us on TikTok. Subscribe to our YouTube. Follow us on IG. And
like and
we need production to
subscribe.
start running the Twitter again.
But yeah,
It
true,
still
true.
says episode 5.
Your production.
We done blown
Bud, you
up
wanna
since
shout out
then.
your sponsorship deals you got going on. I know you're doing the pre-advertising.
You can do it, actually.
Nah, that's all you, bro.
Nah, let them know. What is it?
Oh, man, you're the one going to all these events.
Ambassador.
Which ones are they, man?
I
Let
don't
them know.
know.
which ones.
I don't know, man.
I've been to a lot lately. So
Well,
you-
these guys decide what they want to promote.
shit.
Today we are doing a very, 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 very special episode. It's top 10 players in the Premier League right now. Right now. So when this comes out,
Okay.
these are the top 10 players as of when this episode comes out.
Oh.
We took votes from everybody in the Let 'Em Shoot family. Tom, Badrelden, Denai, Mike, Muscala, Samuel, myself, Kurumi, Riley Angelo Santo, Jack Rowley, Carissa. I think that's it. Quangface and Geordie. Everyone voted. All right. So this is a collated list of who Let Him Shoot thinks is the top 10 players in the Premier League
Yes, sir.
as of today.
The
The
24,
day
25 games in.
this episode released.
Put the date.
26
Say the date on
Potentially
it right
could
now.
have been maybe round 25, round 26. Who knows when this episode comes out?
Could be end of
Do
season.
you guys want me to start by telling you who missed out on
Yes,
the list?
please.
I'll give you a
Yes.
couple players who got a couple votes. These players got some votes from some people.
But can you not let us know if the big ones don't make it?
Okay, I won't let you
Just
know.
so we
These
get
are
a
some
bit
players
of-
who got a few
Oh,
votes.
you want to be excited?
Yeah, okay. So a few votes. Don't look at my...
Just the little random
list.
ones.
Don't cheat.
We got Nick Pope got one vote from someone.
Who? From who?
Let's just say I told you somebody hasn't watched ball in a while. We won't mention who they were.
Who wrote Nick Pope?
Jesse.
Krista. There you go. There you go. Man. Today's all smoke episode.
These are people who received one. May not. It may not
it's
have
all
been
smoke.
one vote, but like very minimal votes.
Nick
Go.
Pope.
Are
Say
we
who it
saying
is.
that it's
Say who it
crazy
is.
to vote for?
Is that
like
what we're
these
doing?
people?
Hey,
Is that
say who it is.
Is that what we're
'Cause
doing?
Just because they had a
All
baby,
right, I'll
that doesn't
call him
mean
out.
anything.
All right, I'll call him out. So Matoma was voted for by one person, almost two people, but he had him 11th. One other guy.
Was it you?
PBB.
You voted for Matoma.
No, he was outside my top 10.
He was 11
relax.
on
Okay,
Mike's
cool,
list, but he
cool,
was on Riley's list.
What number?
So he's just
10.
Doing, he's just doing
Okay.
10. He's got one vote.
Oh,
Oh, that's all
So
right.
the points are 10-1. Everyone did sent in their top 10. If they were first, they got 10 points. If they were 10th, they got 1 point.
Yeah.
Alright.
So the total votes, somebody in this room had James Ward-Prowse in their top 10.
It's deny.
It
100%
was-
Of course
deny.
it wasn't. Are you dizzy?
It was the
denied.
guy sitting next to you who always has the worst list.
Oh my god.
What do you mean?
record
Why is that
coming up.
howler?
World record.
Why is that
And
howler?
you want to
Why is
know?
howler?
He wasn't 10th as well.
Ward Prowse. Where? In
Tell
what
me
world?
where he put him. Tell me where he put him right now.
Why is that?
You know why he did that? Because 2 episodes ago he had to back him. He did a LeBron comparison with him, and he had to back himself up.
Ward Prowse.
I put him 9th.
In what league? I was with
Bud.
my boy Brett Lee.
Bud.
He went to
Southampton's
Bud.
top goal scorer.
Bud.
Southampton's joint top assister.
They're last.
Like I said,
They're
2
dead
free
last.
kicks
They're
away.
dead
They're dead last.
2 free kicks away. He
not better than Beckham
he
at
just
free
beat
kicks.
Chelsea
Bud.
a week ago. He beat
Bud.
Chelsea. What do you mean? It doesn't matter if they're
What's
dead
that-
last.
what's that
We're
Bud.
not
Bud.
staying
He's a
on this
good
for too
player.
long because this
Bud.
is going to be a
He's a good
long
player.
episode.
What
so-
in God's name is wrong with you?
What's wrong with
How are you
Ward-Prowse?
doing this
tell
all
me
the
right
time?
now.
Bro,
What do you mean?
tell
What's
me
wrong with
you're-
Ward Prowse?
So-
What do you mean? What's
so
wrong
you're gonna
with
be
Ward
okay? You're
Prowse?
gonna be okay
Are
when
you
he
stupid?
takes a
Are you
90th
stupid?
minute free kick against Liverpool.
Yeah.
And it's
You think
still
that's
everything. You're gonna
We'd never
be
listen
shitting
about
your
him like
pants.
you idiot.
You're gonna be sweating. Your
Dude,
ball's gonna be sweating so
Bedrellden
much
had
right
you
now there.
Ward-Prowse 9th on
That's
his
a
top 10
stupid
plays in the Premier League right now.
That's
Right now,
Okay.
it's not all time. It's
You
just
belong
right
in
now.
Obviously, it's not all
psych
time.
ward.
Right now, it's still a
Obviously.
stinker.
Make sure you
bro.
add
You
that
belong
as
in a
well.
psych ward.
Because I know you editing people like to say Bud had him all time ever.
Nah, you're shit.
No one's saying that.
Bud had him all time
I
ever.
think
right
Greatest.
now-
I think it's going to be a direct quote. of
When's
what he
when's
did.
this guy gonna get his notice? He's got to get a 30-day
Ward-Prowse?
notice or something.
That's what I say.
We're
When's
replacing
Ward-Prowse
Bud
gonna get his
with Uncle
flowers?
Martinez.
Yeah.
With Adelaide.
It'll basically be the same.
Hey, Ward-Prowse needs his flowers. That's all I'm saying.
Riley was the only person who had Trossard in his list.
Okay, so we just
you think
looked
that's
at
worse than Ward-Prowse?
not worse.
Trossard is probably better than
So
Ward
Riley's
Prowse.
made the worst list ever.
Yeah,
It's not. No.
How do you have
No.
2 players from Brighton?
Bud had the worst list by far.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Another player that Bud had in his list, 7th, was Ivan Toney in his top 10 players in the Premier League.
Mate, is this the FA list?
Mike, we're not
Is he doing FA list?
I thought about Ivan Toney, but he was coming nowhere near the top 10.
Yeah, but
Nowhere near the top
What is it,
10.
That's why I put him in.
it can't be on goals.
I put him in.
What's the basis?
I put him in because
Betting?
so people don't forget about him. That's why I
Because
put
he
him
was
in.
betting.
This
Did
is
he put
ridiculous.
other
What do you mean
strikers, like all the other strikers in front of him?
Yeah, I
You'd
did.
want to hope so.
He did put strikers in front of him, but he did have him. Just for your, because every single person in the voting had this player, I'll tell you that Bud had Ivan Toney above Kevin De Bruyne in his list.
Okay. What's going on, Pat? What's going on here?
You guys said top 10 players right now.
Even I wouldn't do that.
Nah, he's trolling, bro.
KDB is
trolling.
he's not
I
on.
feel about KDB. Even I wouldn't put him.
Tooney has been better than KDB.
Not
right
even
now.
his name.
I don't want to be friends with you.
Sorry, Ivan Tooney, whatever. There you go. Better? Is that better? Tooney has been better
Samuel,
than,
bruv.
than KDB.
That's your
You
guy,
have,
yeah?
you have to stay in the room with him tonight.
That's pause.
No pause.
Yo.
No pause. I don't even care about this
He
anymore.
had Ivan Toney 7.
Throw the whole episode
James
away.
Ward-Prowse 9. In between, sandwiched in between them was Kevin De Bruyne.
Just.
Oh my.
He's lucky he didn't move to 9th as well, that guy.
This is
keep
stupid.
it moving, man.
This is terrible.
We've got to count his votes.
He just gets points. You guys just give him
Wait,
points
so
because
each
he's
one
red.
should be worth half.
We're in the first.
There's a couple other players who were only voted by one person. I'll just quickly run through them. It was João Felix by Jeremy. It was...
No, that stinks as well. Let's not just
you.
slide through
Yeah.
that.
Thank you. Does it
Do you
stink?
know? Actually, I was
Does it
thinking
stink?
about putting him, but I thought he didn't get
It
into
stinks,
the 10.
bro.
But I did think
Does
about
it
putting
stink?
him.
He
Exactly.
can't be in the team.
He's in the league and he's one of the best players. So
He hasn't done enough. He's played 4 games.
That's
bro.
why.
He can't.
What
be
position
carried.
did you have him
That
at?
stinks.
10. I had him at 10.
It's not the worst.
Doesn't matter. It shouldn't be in the
stinks,
10.
though.
It stinks still.
Yeah.
I can't say anything. I was thinking about putting him in.
Deni had Trippier in his top 10 players in the league.
Okay,
so
that's way worse.
What
You had
about
best right
Trippier?
backs. Trippier, one of the best right backs.
I'd argue Ben White's been probably
He
better.
is. I was arguing over those two. Yeah, I know. I was between them two.
Yeah.
I was between them two.
What'd you do?
That's why I didn't want to put any of them in.
Listen,
I don't
you know
know.
what? Trippier as a top 10
If you're
player
going to
in
have
the
the energy
I-
for
I
me
right back,
putting
yeah?
an actual footballer who's world class in the list,
Bro,
don't
no,
put Trippier
That's
in.
way worse.
It's not a top
It's
10
way
right
worse.
backs
Trippier
list.
play worse.
Way worse than Felix.
Of course he is.
Way worse.
Trippier's been a good right back.
You know what
He's been
I
a
did?
top 5 right back.
Trippier has been
I agree.
fine.
How does top
I
5
agree,
right
but I
back
don't
get
think
you
he's
into
better
top
than,
10
like,
players?
Other
man.
players.
If we're doing
right backs
if
list,
we're
One of the
doing
worst
if we're
Halaand
doing
we've
a
had
most
so far
improved
this
right
episode.
backs list, sure, chuck him in.
Just real bullshit to me. Are you mad?
Man,
I'm receiving that ball.
that corner.
Oh,
No,
man.
That biggest Halaand we've had so far.
Damn.
But you have to stay in a room with this guy.
I thought
crazy
everybody's
it
going to
is?
have similar players. I'm
too.
not gonna
So
say.
did I.
Everyone did have a lot of similarities, but the orders were completely different, and that's why the voting has ended up weird. Riley, just before we start, his 10-9-8 was Matoma, Trippier, Trossard.
Okay, he needs help.
Jesus.
Like
Christ.
Matoma, you could argue
Is a great player.
as a
but
great player, but is he top
At
10?
10, at 10, he's not.
No.
Yeah, I'd make the argument.
He's not a top
Jesus
5 winger.
Christ. I could name 15 City players better.
City's 11.
That's what I mean. He's not a top 5
Yeah.
winger at the minute. So
Jesus Christ.
All right, let's get into it. So there was a tie for 11 and 10, but 10 got voted by more than one person. And the only reason 11 got in the list is because somebody had them very high.
Right.
11 was Martinelli. Only 2 people had,
don't
no,
know
only
for him.
one person had him and it was very high. No, 2 people had him.
I didn't vote for him.
Chrissa and someone else.
Was the other Arsenal guy higher in their list?
No, we'll
right
find
order.
out. We'll find out.
Yeah.
So Chrissa had him high.
Yeah. Chris had him 3rd.
Oh my
Chris,
God.
I'm going to keep
What do
defending
you
you this
smoke,
Chris, I
episode.
know you're like another mum now. Your sleep is not good, all that kind of
No
stuff. But
excuse.
I know you're not doing anything during the day.
Yeah, what do you
Just
smoke?
catch up on the games.
What are you smoking up
If it was
over
the other guys, I'd be like, fair enough. But Chris, I know she knows balls.
No, but I don't. Yeah, if she just put him at like 10 or something, it'd be all right.
All right, so
Yeah.
number 10 was voted by two people only. 11 points in total. Samuel and Tom are the only 2 who voted for him. City CDM, Rodri.
What's wrong with that?
I'm not saying.
No, for me, he's
Oh.
the top 3 in the league, but I picked 2
Better.
that I think are better now instead of him.
Facts.
Because I didn't want to put 3 DMs in the list.
Oh, I put him high. I put him like, what, 4, 5?
Yeah, that stinks.
Tom very much carried his voting into
Wow.
the list. He had him 4.
I think he's excellent.
Samuel had him.
I don't
I hear him
disagree.
at 10, but
7.
for me, he's the third best. He's the third best.
Yeah, he's the 3rd best for me, but I picked 2
For me-
instead of having 3 in the
For
list.
me, second best DM in the league, but I did have him.
Binho, number 1 for you.
You had Trippier on your list, cuz. Nothing you can say to me over there. Nothing you can say to me matters. You had Trippier, you had James Ward-Prowse.
You got him. Yeah, you got him. God damn.
What the hell is going on?
Oh my god.
Listen, you 2 didn't have him.
Hey,
Me and
that
Mike
was
didn't
pretty
have
good.
him.
That was pretty good.
How do you guys feel about Rodri? No
No,
complaints
for
that
me,
he's in the list?
Rodri
No
is a
complaints.
top 3 CDM in the league. He plays for City, top team, but there's 9 other better players, 10 other better players.
Yeah, and one of them Kieran
Facts.
Trippier.
Facts.
And we're saying
Damn.
best players right now. I don't know. Like maybe if we did all best players
You
before
put
the Prem and
Ward-Prowse.
we put 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, to
he's
specify,
been-
we did do as of now. who are the top
and
10.
he's
As of
been
now, it's not
AWOL.
It's not based on the last 5 games.
It's not a bad
It's as of
pick.
now.
No, it's not, I'm not saying it's a
no,
bad
I'm
pick.
saying it's
I'm
as
saying-
of now.
For me,
He doesn't
Rodri
come to mind. He doesn't.
No,
come
for
to
me,
my mind.
Rodri comes to mind, but he's
People's form could have dipped and they still get in this list.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can
of
argue
course.
that.
You could.
I'm just saying 2 people have been better this season for me.
I'm not that against.
That's it.
I'm not against you putting Rodri, but when the guys who put Ward-Prowse and Trippier start talking, then it's a bit
that's what
different.
I'm like.
Then
No,
it's a
but
bit
if
different.
you're getting triggered like this, obviously it means something a little bit.
I said then it's a bit
It's
different.
okay. I'll get you tissues after this.
What number
does
did
that
you have
mean?
Rodri? What number did you have Rodri?
He had him 7.
7.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm not complaining.
So I
that
think
much.
my guys were in front of.
Tom had him 4 and he's.
See, I think.
Oh, we're not gonna say anything to this?
I had him 4.
I think
I don't
Tom
think
a
he's
4.
4.
I don't think
We're
Tom
not saying anything to
a
this.
4. No way.
I don't think he's 4.
He's world class.
Yeah,
No,
he
he
is
is
world
world class.
class.
I'm not saying he's not.
I'm,
But like everybody-
I'm not
everybody in
disagreeing.
this
I'm not
league-
disagreeing with you.
Have you just read the thing as best Prem players before the season starts? Is that how you read
Just
it?
because
Why?
City
He's
aren't as
had a
good
good
as they
season.
are.
No, he's
aren't
had a
as
good
good as they
season,
were
so what are we
last
talking
year.
I think that's
Doesn't
how
mean
Tom
he
read it.
hasn't
That's
been
how
good.
Tom read
He's been
it.
one of their best players this year.
Yeah, he
Tom, but
has.
right now.
He's-
Right now, yeah.
He's been in City's top 3 players this
Talk about
season.
right now.
Absolutely has.
No, but
Yeah,
right now,
absolutely,
he's
yes.
not the 4th best player in the Prem.
Yeah.
For me, he is. That's why I put him 4.
Oh, that stinks.
Cap. I think
I
he's the
disagree.
best.
I
Fourth
don't
best
think it's
player.
I don't hate
That
it,
is
but
nuts.
I disagree.
Ivan Tooney's been
I
better.
don't care that he's a 10, but he's not definitely not a 4.
Ivan Tooney's been better, and I didn't even put him in the
Damn.
top 10.
No, I can't listen to anything you say when you have
Good luck
Trippier.
on that side, mate. That's like literally sitting with 2 kids that eat bloody crayons for dinner.
How would you know?
Samuel's rattled, man.
Yeah.
Out of possession of the ball.
It's an
Just
analogy.
one word for me,
It's
number
an analogy.
nine.
Let's go number 9 on our
Henderson.
top 10 list. I'm not happy. I love this guy. I'm not happy that he's 9. All right. If that doesn't tell you what you need to know.
Oh, my days. Don't tell me it's a.
I want to tell you who voted for him. Jack had him.
it a
Chrissa
CV?
had him. And Mitch had him.
Who is it?
At number 9,
Don't
we
tell
have
me.
Arsenal left back Zinchenko.
I didn't put him in.
Look,
We didn't have him.
He's been
Come on.
excellent.
Nobody
I
had
thought
him.
about
in
him.
the second half of the season, but even then, like he's been unplayable for a couple games, and he's had really off games.
Yeah.
First
So
half
I
he's
can't,
inconsistent.
I can't
He's been
justify
injured.
him being in the top 10 now, even though his skill
I can't
set
justify him
might
being
say
in the
that
top
he is, but he
He's had a
hasn't.
big impact.
But he
huge
hasn't.
But I think if he plays to his potential,
Yeah,
he is one of
could
the
argue.
10 best
And
players
he played
in the
all
league.
24
Yeah,
games.
but he hasn't.
He's played 17, yeah? 17, 18?
Yeah, but
yeah.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I thought about having him in, then I'd say, you know what?
Yeah.
Reel it back.
I don't think
Zinni
it can
doesn't
land.
get in.
I don't think it can land. And I love him.
I agree.
oh yeah,
I think
he's
he's
excellent.
elevated Arsenal when he plays. We're a different side to when Tierney plays. But to have him as your top 10
And I also-
best players
Hey,
right
question.
now,
And I also think to have a fullback in the list, they've got to be exceptional.
He is exceptional,
Like,
but he
doesn't mean
hasn't
that-
shown enough.
like consistently
Yeah.
exceptional. To be a
Consistency.
fullback,
Yeah.
to be above
And
some of the
consistency
players.
is the
And
issue.
if we're saying,
he is the only fullback in the list.
and if we're saying that, then
Jesus.
if every single, I think if every single fullback was at their best, he's not the best.
And
I think
he's
so.
not the best.
And
You
I,
reckon?
I was
I
going
don't
to
think he's
say,
the best out of all of them. I
If-
think
I don't think he
Robbo's
is.
better
if
than
we're
him.
arguing fullbacks, it's hard to have
Yeah.
him in and not have Luke Shaw based on this year.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
That's
Can
that's
we even
that's very
argue
true.
Ake?
Yeah, and Ake's
terms of,
been,
like,
he's
performance?
brilliant. He has
Yeah.
played all over, but yeah, absolutely.
He's played a lot at centre back.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree
he's
that he
been
shouldn't
very
be in
good.
there, but his quality.
Oh yeah, I love him either way. Number 8. Okay, this is probably the lowest he'll be ever if we do a top 10 list. Maybe for most Premier League fans. I think everyone pretty much had him in the list, but nobody had him high. The highest he was placed was... Fuck, everyone had him very low. Bud had him the highest at 3. Harry Kane.
Nah.
I had him at what? I think
didn't
I
have
had like
him
a
on my
6,
list.
7.
To be fair, on goals,
He scored
he's
18 goals.
excellent.
Tom didn't have him in the list.
If you take Haaland now, he's a top goal
That
scorer.
stinks.
That's worse.
That sticks a little
Yeah,
bit.
No.
Tom, that stinks.
Every single person, Tom,
worse.
had him.
Tom,
He's a
based on
burglar.
goals alone, he has to be in the
has to be in the
list.
league
He's the
based
second
on
top
goals.
You know, if you take Haaland out of the league,
Maybe
what I'm saying.
he's on like 19 goals or
Maybe
20
I
goals.
take
He scored 18 goals this season in the league. And
You know what?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I might have just forgotten.
Yeah, no, I literally almost forgot. No.
lying.
I literally almost forgot. Then I was like, wait, Harry
I
Kane.
did that too.
No,
not gonna lie, I did that.
No, I swear to you, I was like, oh, Harry
Tom's trying to
Kane's
get out
actually
of
having a
this. No
great
way.
season.
He literally
No,
just
I'm
played
saying
against
that is
Chelsea.
bad.
How
I'm
can you
saying
remember
that is
Chelsea
bad.
losing 2-0 and him not scoring? How can
Nah,
you
the
remember
thing
that?
is, for me, do you know what this one was similar
That's
to?
cap. This
You know this
guy's
one's
lying
similar
right
to?
now.
Before when I used to, there was times when we talked about this and I added Salah in. I feel like the goals alone is putting Harry Kane in my list. That was it because we watched him play against
playing
Chelsea.
wise,
Playing
He
wise,
single-handedly putting
He's
Tottenham
carrying.
in the top 4.
He's carrying.
Yeah.
He's carrying, but he's not playing well, though.
His goals are.
His goals
Yeah.
are.
But if we're talking about his performances, actual performances
But
this season as a player,
it doesn't matter.
He's in my list. He's in my list.
Matter, but it does
Yeah, I should be talking to you, man.
Yeah, he's in my list.
The goals he's scoring are winning games. They're not
Yeah,
just
they are.
like a fourth goal.
For me,
'Cause
I
Tottenham-
think you have to have
It's not the fourth
him
goal.
and another guy. If you're going to have them in the list, like I'm not going to.
I think I disagree
I had
for
him
one
like
reason.
Yeah.
Nah,
I
I
disagree
am
for one
agreeing that I got it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
100%.
Nah, you're not
I'm
getting
with
away
you.
with
But
that
I think
easy.
it just went under the radar for me because he's like he scores every week, but it's like he's scoring 1, but he's not playing that well.
Doesn't
He
matter.
scores.
I think
He's not
been,
playing
I think he's been
Tottenham,
better
you
than
think
a couple
Tottenham
of
winning
the players they
4-0?
put in the
They're
list.
winning 1-0 and there's
Consistently.
one guy.
Absolutely.
I don't.
Absolutely. He deserves to be in the
What number was
list.
that? 8?
That's number 8.
That's number 8.
That's pretty fucking.
That's low for my man. That's low
Well,
for him.
if you want
That's
to
the
know,
lowest
Denai
he's
had
ever
him
gonna
at
be.
5. MJ had him at 9. Tom didn't have him. Bud had him at 3. Samuel had him at 8. Jeremy had him 8.
For me, it was the goals got
I'd
him
say
in.
8 and 9,
Yeah,
10.
the goals got him in.
It's a weird one though.
Yeah, anywhere from 2 to 8.
The goals got him in, and he is having it. Obviously, with that, his impact.
yeah, like he has impact. That's what I mean. Like he's not playing too well, but
But
he's
not
putting
having
the
him
ball
as
back in
well
the
He's
net.
doing what
is-
he's meant to do.
Yeah.
But
That's worse than that guy that said
Wait,
War Prowse is
no, no, no.
That guy's a
so
dickhead.
bad. No, that's actually horrible.
It is
And
bad.
and you think you just get away with that? My bad. No, it's not just.
You're
my
lucky
bad.
that all your howlers got out of the way at the start of the episode.
There was only one.
People-
No,
There's
was
not.
two.
There was
The
one.
first 10 minutes was all your howlers.
There's one. What do you mean?
There was
Just-
actually
we
3.
just-
You had 3.
I want to go to the next. This is fucking. Is going to cause an uproar because me and other people are going to fight. This is my number 1, and he's 7. The best player for
can't-
the best team in the league is 7th on the list.
Are you serious?
Thomas Partey.
Oh, Party.
Oh, I had him high.
Thomas
I had him at
Partey is
seven. I
our
had
number
him.
7.
I had him. I had him.
Yeah, it stinks.
That as
I had
a
him at
collective
6.
group,
He's top 3
he's
easy.
the most important and best player for the best team in the league. You want to know who didn't have him in their list?
No.
He's in between you two.
Oh my god!
No, look, I spoke to Jesse. Jesse said Party's been. He was his number 1.
Yeah.
He had Ward Prowse.
And
He
you
had-
telling me you didn't put this guy on your list?
He put
I forgot
Southampton
about him.
captain coming last. Ward Prowse. You didn't have
Hey.
Thomas Partey.
Nah, I
What?
forgot about him.
And you watch football.
No,
Hey,
that's
you see
ridiculous.
You see everyone's reaction compared to
You don't watch
the guy that I
football.
missed.
That's
out?
ridiculous.
You do
no,
not
no.
watch football.
I'm just using Tom's excuse. I forgot about him.
Shut the
So
hell
let's-
up.
No,
Let's
he's
move on,
unforgettable.
let's
This
move
guy. This guy is unforgettable.
Dunno.
If anything, he's more forgettable now.
I had him around there.
Denai
I
had
had
him
him
7.
I had him 7.
been
Mike
injured.
had him 4. Tom had him 3. Bud had him not in the list. Samuel had him 6. Jeremy had him 1.
If I remembered him, it would have been around 6 anyway.
6 is a
7.
nice spot that I put it.
think that you are the. It's so clear he is the Arsenal's best player.
He is.
He's their most important player. He's been elite in every game
reckon-
he's played this year. There's maybe 1 or 2 where he hasn't been elite or hasn't been one of the best players in the game. And when he doesn't play, Arsenal look a different side.
Is he Arsenal's best player? Arsenal's most important player?
I think he's
Both.
asked both. Yeah.
I think he's both.
Yeah.
I think it's an argument for best.
I think it's an argument for best, but if
Yeah.
anybody says he's the best, I won't ever say a word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only put one
agree.
Arsenal player, I think, ahead of him. So that's my.
I'm just not happy with mainly you.
If I
So
had
explain
remembered
it
him,
to us.
if I had remembered him, he would have been. If I'm honest, 8, 7, like 6. I wouldn't have put him any higher.
I mean,
So my vote really
You shouldn't
wouldn't
be
have
able
changed
to let
anything.
people get off for not remembering.
It would've
That's
bumped
my
him up
thing.
the
That
list.
stinks.
If you don't remember,
It
you
would've
can't
bumped
not
him up.
remember the best
He would've
DM in
stayed
the league.
6,
No,
7.
you would have. I'm looking at the vote.
That's what I'm saying.
How?
you would have bumped him up
Because you would have given him votes.
You would have given him 3 votes.
at least.
3 points.
It's not. I mean,
I just
Did Ward Prowse, bro.
listen. I'm not happy about it.
I just think.
I thought about
I
Ward
think
Prowse
I
before
probably-
Partey.
Yeah,
What,
that's
that's
what I'm
what I
saying. You shouldn't
Yeah.
be able to get away
Ward
with
Prowse before Partey.
forgetting.
What world? In what world are we chatting about Ward Prowse?
Like
before
to me,
Thomas
if
Partey?
you think of Ward Prowse over Party, that's a huge problem.
it's not a huge problem.
No, it is, bro. It is.
It's not
So,
as huge
Don't
as
argue
someone
it.
that just scored.
Don't argue it.
Party's
Don't
been
argue
out
it.
for how long?
Don't argue it.
2 games.
2 games.
games,
Don't
bro.
argue it.
2 games?
Yeah, don't
2
argue
games.
it.
And
just
you
like
said
two-
make this list.
He was literally
today.
on the bench last game.
So
Don't argue it.
You said make the list, right?
Is everything all right at your house?
And I remember Ward-Prowse because he scored against Chelsea, beat us.
So 2 games
Bro,
ago.
are you dizzy?
And then the other thing is, right, Tom forgot Kane, but Kane literally just scored the weekend of.
Wait,
this
you don't
thing.
have
That's
to.
the thing. That's the
Why
thing.
are you gonna bring
Why are you gonna bring it up?
But if you're
Why
gonna
are you gonna
say,
bring up
just
people
if you're gonna
yourself?
say, Pete,
Just
you're
back
gonna go
yourself.
at everyone.
Don't use me as a shield.
He
It's
forgot
sad,
first.
man.
Don't
It's
use
a
me
bit
as a
sad.
shield.
He forgot first.
Hey,
So-
I owned mine. I didn't
It's a
try
bit
handball
sad.
I
production.
did.
I
I said,
owned
I
mine.
said,
Production,
I
what's
said,
It's a bit sad.
That's all
crowd,
I'm saying.
the people that
not
you
happy.
got, that girl's following us from Kenya,
Yeah,
by the way.
I would have put him a bit high for
Yeah.
me.
At this guy.
I'm not happy.
Hey, anyone from any place in any country, let's go. I got time today. Let's go.
I'm not happy.
Kenya.
Especially because number 6 on our list also plays for Arsenal. And for me, he's not near the player party. He's elite. He's a great player. He's been great all season. But for me, Martin Odegaard isn't better than Thomas Partey.
I didn't put him ahead of Partey.
I did.
So I think
I did.
I think there's a few discrepancies for me personally.
I had Odegaard at number
What number is
9,
this?
I think.
I already got high.
6.
I think I had Odegaard.
I had him
maybe four.
mid table.
I
I
had him
Or
4.
5 or something,
I'm 3,
three.
4.
think I had him
Deno had him
five.
3.
I'm 3.
Mike had him 6.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Take that back, man.
Yeah. Tom had him
6
5.
is
I
nice,
had him 3. I
mate.
had him high.
Samuel had him
9, I think.
9. Jeremy had him 10.
I had him 10.
10.
Because there's a difference between a player being in
10.
good form, right? He's in great form, but he is not better than players that are ahead of him. Might be in better form right now, but if you're saying who's the best players in the world or who's the best players
No,
in
but
the league,
we're not saying he's the best player in the
higher.
world. But we're not saying he's the best player in the league. Best players in the league this season.
Which I
No,
think
the question
that's
wasn't this season.
It
There's an argument.
It
Let me
was
ask you a
right
question,
now.
though.
It wasn't
Right
this
now.
season.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is
not-
right now. But as
It's
of
not
right
this
now,
season.
especially the last January, February,
I'm taking
has
more-
his form dropped
Yeah,
a
it
lot.
has. It has.
What I'm doing is I'm looking at the whole season, right? I'm looking at the whole season, right? Because you got to think about this, yeah. Beginning of the season, there's other. I'm not going to say because he's probably going to be in this list.
He will be, yeah.
But there's players that were butters beginning of the season, and now they're just doing absolute madness. So
That's true.
Yep, okay.
True.
they will. They're going to be in this list.
Yeah.
They might be in this list.
I agree with you.
Based on
You're
that,
right. Yeah, you're right.
I think we're 20
No, I
games
get
in.
you. I get you.
We're 20 games in.
I get
Yeah.
you.
If you play 6 for 15 games out of
should be in the-
25,
you should
you should
be
be. You should be in contention
Okay,
for the
yeah, I
list.
get you.
I just want,
But it's not a season list, right?
because
This
he's
is, it's the best.
it's made up of the season.
Yeah.
I'd say
It's the best
like-
of
Till
right now.
Yeah.
So now it is
Yeah.
the season.
I took it as a season.
I'd say
I
till
took it as
now.
a season.
I took it as who's the best players in the world right now, taking into consideration form and their ability.
Yeah, I think
I took this
I did
season.
both.
It's
for the season.
kind of the same.
Yeah.
But
You'd
for
have to
me,
argue both.
only because Odegaard and Partey are right now here in our list, do you think that Odegaard's drop-offs in games where he hasn't performed have been lower than Partey's?
Well, that's for me why I put him low in my list, because I think if this was maybe Christmas, early January, he could have been higher. But I think based on his drop off, I think you're showing that there is a difference in maybe abilities.
And
but I
form
think
and level.
I think
but I think he's also exhibited that his quality is definitely extremely high. So
Which gets him a spot on this list because it's not an easy
Exactly.
list to get. Getting the top
Exactly.
10 players in the league, it's not even a position or a whatever. Getting in the top 10, you got to be elite.
yeah,
So I think that gets him on the list. But I think his level, his drop off is showing his level,
yeah.
whereas it was form before.
He's been one of the best players in his position this season.
Absolutely.
I agree.
And it's similar for Rodri.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
they're in
Exactly.
a similar range of where they've been for their position.
Sometimes we
I
get a
agree.
bit sick of players, which is why I think.
But his drop off hasn't been so.
No, it hasn't been.
It hasn't been so far that you're now like, oh, this.
No,
Yeah,
that
for
was
sure,
purely
for sure,
just
for sure.
form
He's
before.
in my
For
list.
sure.
So it makes sense. And like for me, it makes even more sense that there is one guy who is the stupidest guy here because he's the only guy that didn't have him again.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Oh
whoa.
my god.
Nah.
You know what's
What?
worse?
What is this?
I worked full time today. I worked a full day of work. He worked a full day of work. He worked full day of work. Full day of work. You flew all day. You did this, that. You worked. This guy, I think he was chilling playing COD.
Bro, I did my list in 10 minutes, bro. Jeremy was.
Womanizing. I don't know what he was doing, but he came
How
up with
can-
this list.
But
How
did
can
not
a
have
man-
Odegaard in his list.
How
Like,
can
okay,
a
you
man?
didn't have Partey. You didn't have Odegaard. You had Ward Prowse. My brother.
He had KDB 8.
You have had
He
an
had
absolute
Tony.
stinker.
Nah, I'm just gonna say
How are we letting this slide?
you've had a bad day today.
Also, his number 4 that he
A bad
put
day.
isn't even in the list.
Bro, a bad day. My man.
Nah. Mum's life. This could be worst ever. Let him shoot.
Bud has a
performance.
number 4. He's number 4, which means he's high.
you know I like.
He's not
No.
in the list.
He could be replacing
But he's
himself.
not in it.
Wait, this is the worst
I like-
performance I've
No,
ever
it
seen.
is. This could be worst ever.
Prowse
Let
is
and he's
worse.
replacing
Yeah,
his
this is
top
bad.
10 techiest list
Yeah,
with
yeah,
this
yeah.
one now as
With
worst
this one.
performance.
If anything, I'm more outraged that my 4's not in it.
I can honestly.
I don't mind about this stuff. I don't care.
I'll promise
I'm
you.
thinking about the 4.
I can hear. Hey, I swear to God, I can hear sirens outside. Take him away, lock him up.
World record coming up, bro.
Yeah, for this
World
list,
record,
lock
man.
him up. The comments are never going to let him hear the end of this.
Listen, anyone that wants to, let's go. Let's do
But
it.
You didn't have Party. You
He's in
didn't
nobody
have.
else's list.
Oh my God.
I think really she's probably been.
Better than Mara's this season, yes.
I don't. The thing is, I
Wait,
thought
reel
of
it back. What did you say?
He had Mara's number 4.
Yeah. Nobody else in the whole Let 'em Shoot voted for Mahrez.
Obviously, some people don't watch football. Then,
No.
You don't watch football, bro.
You.
well, how does Mahrez get in this? Then?
Because you don't watch football.
No one knows.
No one would.
I'll tell you how
No one
Mahrez
knows how he doesn't.
I'll tell you how Mahrez gets in it.
Tell us.
Right. So my thinking of this is, you said right now, right?
I'm
You
actually
said,
dying.
you said
We didn't say
you said-
give us the match day best people in the last match day.
Correct. I'm saying, but you said players right now, best players right
Yeah.
now. You could argue he's been since the World Cup. You could say he's been one of City's best players because he's been winning him games. When he's coming on, he's making a difference. He's been playing well.
But he's not coming
He's
on.
been
He's
playing
starting
good.
first
You
and
can't
foremost.
say
Games has he won?
Nah, he
He's
hasn't even.
starting first and foremost.
he's been starting.
He didn't even
So
start
and he's
last.
been playing.
You got
So-
that wrong.
so-
So
so
he's coming on. So you got that wrong. So you're not watching the game.
This
No,
is
no,
just
but
not
there was
true.
there was
Stop
a game.
chatting.
No, there was a game
As
where he
of
came
the
on
last
and he
game,
scored.
He didn't start. Foden started.
Yeah, Foden started last
Yeah,
game.
but I'm not just gonna take this last game.
so you're not-
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say from the
Nah,
World Cup. Like I
man,
just
you
did.
just
Stinker.
don't. You
L.
just stop arguing it
That's
now.
more of an outrage.
Chat
That he's
yourself.
not
Argue
even in
with
there.
yourself.
That's
Go.
terrible, bro.
For him not to be in it is
That's
more of an
terrible.
outrage.
We're in the top 5.
Hey, this is the new Brazil shirt.
And Newcastle
Hey.
shit, bro.
I'm gonna donate you
Man,
that.
look to United.
Hey,
gonna
it's punishment. He has to wear
the
that Brazil
bonfire.
shirt next
This is yours,
episode.
bro.
We're in the top 5 now, and these were close. 4, 5, 6, 7 were all close in the accumulated votes. He's been excellent, revelation, possibly the best DM in the league. Transformed that United side. It's Casemiro.
He's.
I had him
Happy
higher.
with it.
For me, I'm happy with that position.
What is
Yeah.
it, number 6 or 5?
Absolutely.
5,
5. I had him at, I think I had him at 6.
I think I had him. Where did I have him?
I had him at 8. I had him after party, yeah?
8,
You had him,
I had him way
7,
higher.
7.
You had him 8.
6, 2.
Yeah.
I probably
Oh.
should have put him like, yeah, I'd say 5 or 6.
Whoa, whoa,
Wait.
what?
You didn't have it. Yeah, all right.
Alright, let's.
Now you gotta defend yourself.
Yeah, no, I can. I can.
He was my 4 as
before.
well.
I can defend myself.
You pointed
Wait,
fingers before.
Yeah, yeah.
Now it's your turn.
Go point him at me. If I'm saying he's my third best DM, like you guys said, Rodri to you is your third best DM.
fair enough.
That's why he didn't get in my list. No, it's fair. Good. That's not Rodri. I don't think he's better than Rodri.
Yeah, but I think he's just been too important.
He has been very important.
That's what
but importance isn't the how you get
Importance
into the
isn't
top
best.
10. Exactly.
But he is.
that's
when he's in
arguably-
best.
Arguably the reason why United where
For
they
me,
are.
he's outside of the 10.
When he
If
doesn't play United,
You
For me,
can
he's
draw
a-
the same parallels between Party importance to Arsenal, not to the same level, but Casemiro to United.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think,
absolutely.
I think obviously he's
I
very
reckon he's
important.
more important to United than Partey is to Arsenal.
There you go.
and the fact
But
that
for
you
me, it's
think
because
Rodri,
United-
it's Rodri and Partey, not Partey and Casemiro, is what's crazy.
Why?
Because I think Casemiro and Partey have been more important for their team.
You can be more important, but
have been playing
worse
better
player.
as well.
Yeah,
They've been
that's
playing.
You can be
better.
more important, and City are
James
stacked.
Ward-Prowse is
City have
Southampton.
the option of having other DMs and other centre mids play, but Rodri is a better player to me than Casemiro. So that's why he's not on my list. I'm not going to have 3 DMs on my list.
Yeah, I'm not,
Yeah,
you could. I'm saying the same thing.
You could,
You
but
could
I wasn't
easily.
going to have 3 DMs
But the
on my
whole thing
list.
of this is also best players right now as well.
Yes, and to me,
So you think he's not in the top 10 at all for best players right now?
well, to me, I had Odegaard at 10, and I put him ahead of Casemiro.
The only other player that Samuel had Samuel had 2 players actually that didn't make the list, so he's put them over Casemiro. You want to tell them who they were?
I don't know who didn't make the list.
Thiago Silva, who Jeremy had as well.
Oh, I had him.
I don't
I
mind
Thiago
that,
Silva.
yeah.
He was my only centre
I
back.
had
He's
him
the best centre back.
He was
Yeah,
my
I don't
only
mind that.
defender I was going to put, and to me, he's the best
Wait,
centre back in the
yeah.
Premier League. Thiago Silva.
He's not the best
Oh,
centre
okay.
back.
To me,
I
he's
had
the
him
best
10.
centre back in the Premier League.
I rate it, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think.
Yeah.
and I had him 10. I had him 10. He's who's
I had him,
There
yeah.
comes a point
I had
where
him.
Do you
He's
have
who
him
I had.
low?
he can't.
Yeah, I did 9.
Yeah.
I Gabriel.
Jeremy had Gabriel as well.
I Gabriel. I think Gabriel's been the best centre back in the league.
I completely agree. That's why I had him.
For me, you can't be 10th, concede all them goals.
Madness.
Your defense be shambles and be in this list.
What do you mean?
It makes sense.
No, you
Been
can.
good, but he's
No, you
he's
can.
been
You
good.
can.
You can.
He's been
excellent.
good.
Wait,
because
who's been good?
Allison has
Thiago
been
Silva.
excellent.
Yeah, he's been excellent.
Yeah.
He's been excellent.
To me, you
I
can
rate-
have
I
him
rate
because
Thiago Silva.
and
No, I rate him as a player.
Chelsea's issue isn't conceding all them goals;
Yeah.
it's scoring. So now we talk about they can't score, they can't score, but then now
Because
it's
if you're gonna go
concede all
by
them
that,
goals.
why didn't you put
Thiago
Shaw
Silva
in
has
there?
been Chelsea's
Why
best
didn't
player
you put
this
any
season.
of Newcastle's
And Samuel's other player was
centre-backs
Alisson, who also Tom had.
Wait, you didn't get in the list.
I'm saying centre back.
Only you and Tom voted for him.
I had him.
I had him pretty high.
I think he's been good.
keepers in my list.
Yeah.
There's no chance.
But I would have picked Alisson.
I'll put Alisson in my
I think he's
list.
been the best keeper in the league.
Yeah.
this year.
I think he has.
I think in the
I
world.
don't think he's been better than the best.
But it's
players.
the same argument for importance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That people
true.
are putting.
He's been
dudes
extremely
high.
important.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's been important enough that you'd be way higher because you still lost heaps of games.
I think we'd be way
I
lower.
think we'd be way lower.
Oh, you could be lower,
I think
but
we
you've
would've
lost a lot of
I
games
think-
that
I think
you
he saved
were
us a
losing
lot.
anyway.
I think we would have
it's a
lost
weird
4
one
more
for me.
games.
The
at
thing
least.
is,
to justify.
are you taxing
But
somebody
I
for
agree.
losing games? If you taxing Alisson for losing games,
I'm not taxing him for losing games. I'm saying his importance, he's been important. But a lot of the games he's made a lot of saves in, they've still lost or drawn the games. So I'm like, he hasn't. He's been excellent.
Is that not the same argument
But-
for Thiago Silva?
that's what I'm
though?
saying though. Thiago, you can't
It
be.
is.
I don't think Chelsea
can't
can
be in his
concede
list.
goals. I think they don't score goals, so he can't do much
But they
more.
lose
But they
games
lose
as
games,
well.
bro.
No, but they don't lose a lot of games. They lose games, yes.
they've lost-
But
Liverpool don't lose a lot of games. We've lost less games than Chelsea.
I think it's similar.
yeah, of course. You have.
For me, Alisson, I don't know. If you're the best in
it's
your
just keep
position
us-
for me in the whole world, then that's where I see him. He had to get in my list.
Yeah.
And Thiago Silva for me was
I rate Thiago.
and Thiago Silva for me was the
Fair.
best. Is the best centre back in the league.
me,
So
I-
I'll put him
for
in.
me,
there.
I picked-
Gabriel is the best centre back in
For
the
me,
league.
He's the
I
best
put
centre back.
Martinez in my list for centre backs.
I was thinking about him, Man United. Yeah,
I wanted to
I
put
think
him.
his impact has been out of this world. I think no one expected him to be that good, and I think his level has been in,
Well,
for
United
me, in the
needed.
top 3.
Yeah,
defenders
but I just couldn't put Martinez
right
and
now.
not have Casemiro.
There was only a few centre backs that made the list.
Oh,
and it
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
Martinez was in a couple people's list. Me and Denai are the only ones who had Gabriel. Tom was the only person who had Saliba. And Samuel and me and Bud are the only people who had Thiago
Wait, who
Silva.
had Saliba?
Only Tom.
I would have had Saliba.
I
if
think
it was
he's
like-
been better for a longer period over the
Yeah.
season than Gabriel has.
I agree.
Yeah,
I think
It's
it's,
a
the other
weird
way
one.
around.
I think it's the other way around.
I think it
It's
was
a weird one.
Saliba, and then now it's like this.
Saliba
much
was
Gabriel.
excellent until
Till
the
I
World
think
Cup.
Yeah.
Gabriel has been good throughout so many games, but there was a period where Saliba was the better centre back for a lot of games. But the whole season,
but Gabriel was.
I
still
think
good centre
Gabriel's
back.
been
Yeah.
good.
I think
in the
he's-
games where
he
Saliba-
started off a bit.
Nah, but I think it is a
But I
bit
think,
recent
yeah.
though. Because at the time, you guys and we were talking about
Everyone was talking about
best in
Saliba being
even
that
near
guy.
the world.
Yeah, pre-World Cup.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
a lot of games pre-World Cup. 16 games or
16,
something.
17 games.
It's
That's
like-
a lot of
But
games.
in the lead up to the World Cup, Gabriel was the better centre back. It was the first
I
bit
think
of the
Saliba
season.
was still the better centre
don't
back
know.
up until the World
I
Cup.
think you could say they were close, which.
Yeah, we've got the
But
best
now
centre-back
you can
partnership
see
in
that
the
who's
league.
better though. I think
Probably.
that's the most
yeah, I
important
would
thing.
say that.
Yeah.
Let's go. We're in the top 4 Champions League spots. At number 4, only I think one person here didn't have him, and he's 4th in the list. Let me just confirm.
I wonder who that is.
Mike had him 2. Tom had him 10. Denai had him 4.
I think this is KDB.
Bud had him
it's not.
6. Samuel had him
I know who it is.
2.
Haaland.
And
big
Jeremy
freak.
did not have him at all.
I had him 10.
Haaland.
Okay, no.
No.
Okay, go get your shit off and I'll make
Yeah.
my argument.
Yeah,
No, no.
because we're going to say the same
Yeah.
thing.
For me, I think if we use the same argument with the Harry Kane argument, I get where you're coming from. But I think in terms of what he's done,
It's ridiculous.
it's ridiculous.
it's stupid.
It's outrageous. He's breaking records.
That's- you can't
And I
have
think
him
it's
on
hard
this,
to
bro.
it's hard to argue that he shouldn't be in a list.
Yep.
When your scoring rate is that high and
Yeah.
And you're
and you're
still
exceeding
like,
and you're still exceeding his expectations because I
And
don't think
exactly.
people expected him to be this good.
No.
but he's better.
They
than
didn't.
They did.
City's
another
coming
thing.
second, bro.
No, they did.
And they're on course. They're still doing the level on points as last year. Am I correct or something similar?
No, they're behind.
They're a tiny bit behind. This dude is doing crazy things. Yeah, he may not be
Exactly.
the most magnificent
No,
player,
no,
but
guys,
he's so
guys,
efficient,
guys.
bro. He's
And
so efficient.
I think-
it's the
I
same
think-
reason why Salah was in
Yeah,
world's
and
best
who never
conversation.
rated Salah?
I never
No, no,
rated him,
but Jeremy,
but you had
didn't
to
have
put
him on your
respect
list?
on his name.
Wait, you didn't put him on your list?
No, but
I've
you had
kept
to
the
put
same
respect
energy.
on
You
his
didn't,
name.
you didn't put him on your list at all?
That's
Okay,
yeah.
so realistically,
For so many
Okay,
years
wait,
now.
wait,
Is
wait,
he
wait,
on-
wait,
is he on your
wait,
list?
wait, 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 wait,
And is he
wait.
on your list?
Tom 10,
10.
10, and you don't have him.
You
Okay,
don't have
just,
it.
I just want you to think about it. Think about how like this doesn't. I know you want to be so thing on the way the player
Exactly.
plays, whatever. But for a guy to score 27 goals in a league that everybody says is the hardest league in the world,
Yeah. Bro.
they say
His
they
goals
thought
dried
he was
up,
going
right?
to come
For
here.
4 games.
If Haaland had scored as of now 12 goals, it would be successful.
Yeah.
If he had come into the
People
league,
did not
he's
expect
20
this-
years old.
Listen,
If
listen.
he had come into the league and scored 12 goals right now, he's 20.
Listen,
he
he
scored
didn't score for 4
27. He's already broken City's most ever goals. City's most ever goals in a
just a
single
lie.
season,
It's not a
and he's
lie.
played
It's not a lie.
23
It's not a lie.
games. How is it a
He
lie?
didn't score
How
for
is it a
4
lie?
games. For 4 games.
I'm saying.
And he's still up
He
by
hasn't
10.
Do you
scored
think 12 goals would have been a good season for him
okay.
at
Right
this
now.
point? Is a
I'd say-
lie.
I'd say
I promise you
12
that's a lie.
16.
A dude that's been breaking records for the last 4 years, a dude that's been breaking records internationally in the Champions League and in the Bundesliga. You
he
think
keeps
that
doing
if he
it.
had
He keeps
12
Yeah,
at the moment,
and so
He's
now
not
he's got
arguing.
I'm telling
27.
you, if
He's
you-
got 27,
and you
and
think
you put
Tom Taylor
Harry.
success?
You put Harry.
Okay.
You put Harry
Tom, no,
Kane
no,
ahead
no.
of him.
Let me say something. Let me say something.
Why should
Let
he
me say
be the
something.
10 goals less.
It's in my list.
No, hold
Okay,
on,
at
hold on,
least.
Let me say something.
Hold on.
Tom was praising him when he was doing this for Brisha.
Everything.
Or
How are you not praising him now?
Because
And then
he
goes to the
has more
hardest league.
effect
He has to
on
go
the
to the hardest
game
league.
when he was playing
You don't
in
know
those
that.
teams.
He has the best effect
Tom,
on the game. he
I
could
know
possibly
that he
have.
has
He's
that.
doing the
Because I
hardest
looked up
thing.
the stats.
He's
He
doing
puts
the
the ball
hardest
back in the
thing in
net, bro.
all of football right
just
now.
went-
He's doing the hardest thing at the rate that's never been done before. So how can he not
Yes,
be?
he may not be.
It's
He
crazy.
may not have that.
It's
It's
crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Hey,
27 goals. Sergio
one more thing,
Aguero
one
has
more
never
thing.
scored 27 goals in a
One more
Premier League
thing.
season.
Well, he has.
No,
No,
he
he
hasn't.
hasn't.
No, he
Has
hasn't.
he equaled it?
No,
he hasn't.
he's ahead
He's
of him.
equaled it.
He scored
He's ahead of
26.
him.
26 is the
beating-
most
he's
he's ever
27.
scored.
So fall back. You see when
Also-
us production DJs wheel up back man, and take your
Hey,
shit back.
5 goals ago,
telling
he
you.
would have been 4 goals ago. He would have been last year's top goal scorer.
Yeah, he would have.
4
telling you,
goals ago.
there's no way
And
you
this
can't
season
have
has-
a
he's
dude
only
and he's
putting
putting the ball like
games
this.
in.
He's 23 games into a 38 game season and he scored 27 goals already. What are we?
How are
His
you
goals
not
We're
dried
being
up.
ridiculous.
His goals dried up for
Stop.
4 or 3
He
games.
needs to answer questions.
Exactly.
Alright.
Yeah.
Why?
You
No,
know,
no,
listen.
listen.
You uploaded on top
Even
of you as well.
number one, you've said Harry Kane's performances
Okay.
haven't been good.
Okay.
Yet Harry Kane is 10,
no,
he's
that's
10
not what I
goals
said.
behind him.
No, that's not what I said. I didn't say that. I said Harry Kane has single-handedly put them in the top 4.
No, he did. He
He
did say that.
single-handedly carried
No,
Tottenham
no,
to the
but
top
this
4.
is not about Kane. This is not about Kane.
I
Talk
know.
about-
That's
talk
why I
about-
had him in the list. Not the amount of goals he scored, which he has scored so many goals.
Yeah.
If you want to look at the best players in the league, Haaland is not in the best
He is.
players in the league.
Of course he
he's
is.
the best goal scorer in the league by far. He's one of the best goal scorers in the world by far. He's not one of the best players. If you take Haaland out of City and put Alvarez in for those same games, City are in the exact same spot.
Yeah.
He hasn't done
not scoring
more
the
than
exact
score
same
goals
goals,
and
bro.
score
Saying
goals
that.
is
Jeremy, not gonna
extreme.
get you, man, bro.
And I
Okay.
should
Bro, you
maybe
stop
I should have
behaving.
had
You
him
stop behaving.
10-9-8.
No.
You stop behaving.
Okay,
You stop
10-9-8.
behaving.
You're not
Also-
telling me seriously if you compare him to player by player that Haaland's a better player
This
than
is-
any of these other players.
Jeremy,
But I think-
listen,
but
listen,
also,
look at that.
if no, you guys spoke for so long, I didn't say a word. Ronaldo last year scored 18 goals in the league, exceeded expectation. Nobody would have had him in top 10 players in the
did.
league. No, nobody would have had him in
Oh,
top
no,
10.
seven, wouldn't
No,
it?
I
Yeah.
did.
He did.
I did.
That
we
tells
didn't
us a
do a
lot.
fucking top 10 list last
That
year, so
tells
you
us
just
a
made
lot
that
as well.
up.
No, I did.
You
It
just
also
made
tells us
it up.
everything
So
we
you
need to
just
know.
made up that fact too. How you didn't know
What? I
one
said
would have
nobody would have had him.
How do you know that?
Ronaldo
I
in your top 10
definitely would
players?
have had him in
the
There's
top 10.
There's a difference.
No.
Ronaldo
No,
exceeded
no, it's
expectations
to
for goal scoring.
27 is a
Why?
He had
massive
27 goals in
difference.
23
Why?
games. What do you mean why?
If Ronaldo had scored 25
Jeremy,
goals last
he's
year,
scoring-
you wouldn't have had him.
He's
It's
scoring-
because of how he
No.
plays.
If
It's
you're
because of his
sco-
effect
No.
on the team.
Jeremy,
If
it's
you're
not.
saying Haaland is making City worse,
No,
and
it's
he's
not.
what?
I never
We've
said
all
Haaland's
sat
making-
here and said that.
No,
if
no,
you're
no,
saying
no,
he's
no.
making them
No,
worse,
I'm
then
saying
he's not in the
I'm
top
saying
10
it's not the
best
same.
players
It's
in
not
the
the same.
league.
Having Ronaldo on 18
Yeah,
goals
the Ronaldo
and
goals
Haaland
are the same.
on
I'm
27
comparing
in
the
23
goal
games.
scoring and how that doesn't make somebody the best footballer.
Yeah, but it's,
Not
you
the-
can't
Yeah,
compare
I'm
someone
not
who's way
when
less.
we,
I'm not
had,
saying he's
when
the
we
best.
used to compare
And I
Salah,
didn't put him in the whole
he
league.
would score
Yo,
fucking 20 goals.
Jeremy.
He gets golden boot
and he'd
every
always
year.
be near the top
no,
of the league.
not from
Jeremy.
me. Not from me.
Jeremy, the first episode.
The key to this
I'm a
is
wheeler back.
consistency. If I've
We
never
talk
said Salah
consistency,
is the
yeah?
best player,
We talk
I don't have to sit here and say
we talk
Haaland is the best
consistency, yeah?
player.
Yeah, but it's
And Salah's a much better player than
Samuel, we
Haaland.
talk-
And everyone would say,
Wait, pause.
oh,
Hey, why?
Salah, he's not that good. He
we
just
talking
scores goals.
consistency, right? I'm gonna wheel it back to the probably one of the first or 2 episodes we ever did. Wheel it back
Tell me.
consistency, right? Me and you argued, Mr. Bruno Fernandes over here, and we put him in a list
Yeah.
because of his output and his effectiveness.
Yep.
You put him in a list in the top 10 list because of
put him
output
in
and
the list.
effectiveness.
Because he was a midfielder
Haaland-
scoring 18 goals, scoring fucking having 14 assists and having an effect on his team when their team wasn't performing. Haaland plays in the
you can't
best
say he's
team.
not having an
and
effect
scores-
on his team.
He has an effect. correct. I'm saying, but if you substitute him out, you get a similar output with Alvarez.
No, I don't.
You
don't
can't
get
say
a
that. You don't know
results.
that, bro.
You don't
In
get a
terms of
similar
results.
You don't know that,
man.
bro.
But
You
we're
don't know
just
that.
basing that off City being so good. Let's think about the times where.
Yes, I am basing it off City being so good,
Okay.
off them winning the league every
Of course.
year.
Okay,
so I
this is
can
it.
say that.
So there was a
They
season-
haven't had Haaland
there
for
was-
how many years?
okay, so
and
there-
they've performed
No,
the
there was a
same.
season- we can't let this land.
Okay,
Tell me how that works.
All right,
You can't understand.
No, wait. Let me.
Okay.
Can I say something? So the best player in the whole of the Premier League, Kevin De Bruyne, right? I don't know if everyone had him 1 or wherever they had him, but the best player in the league.
I didn't have him on.
Yeah. Okay. Where is he high on your list?
Top 4 probably.
Okay, top 4 in your list. When he was the best player in the Premier League, he didn't play one season. He didn't play for City for a lot of the season.
16 games.
They still went on to win the league that year. We're not going to sit here and say that Kevin De Bruyne doesn't have the impact because they continued to win games.
Facts.
So what are you saying about Haaland?
But they're not a better side with Haaland. They're not a better side without
Yeah,
Haaland.
but this
They're the
output
same.
is-
They're the
But
same
dude,
side.
We're not
right?
talking about a
yes
team.
or no?
We're not talking about top 10 teams in the league right now.
Yeah.
We're talking about.
So you can look at Haaland and say he is one of the best players in the league.
Yes,
he
I
has
can.
just as a player. So if Haaland scores 15 goals, is he the best player?
He doesn't though.
What? Tell me.
You can't take away the most important thing.
What?
You can't take away
What are you talking
You can't
about?
take away the most important thing.
So you can look at Messi, he hasn't scored in the game, he hasn't assisted, and you can say he's the best player in the game. You can't look at Haaland and say, regardless of the score
just
sheet,
because he
he's
doesn't
the
have any
best
je ne sais
player.
quoi, and he doesn't have any of this Joga Bonito shit. Doesn't
It's so dumb.
Right?
It's the poorest excuse ever. It's the poorest excuse.
Effective at the one thing
I
he
said
does
that.
well.
Yeah, I
he's
said that.
super
And that,
effective.
no,
And
that alone has
arguably
to make
is
him
the best
high.
thing you can do in football. There's a reason why strikers get paid the most P in this game. It's because they do the
It's
hardest
true.
job in
Exactly.
football.
It is
That's
the
put a
hardest
ball in the
job.
back
And
of
it's
the
the
net.
one thing that's been keeping Ronaldo in this whole Messi, him and Messi
From who?
debate.
From who? From me?
Not
From
from you,
everybody
Exactly.
in general.
So
I'm
why are you
saying
telling
that's
me
the one thing
that?
that keeps Ronaldo
Everybody
whole
in the
debate
world would
is
have
his goals,
Haaland in their
is his
list.
output.
Yes or no?
What?
Everyone in the world would
Yes,
have
that's
Haaland.
why it's a
But you're
stinker.
talking to me.
I think you have to though.
That's why it's a stinker.
You have to though.
No, it's I said he
10,
realistically
bruv. 10.
he should be 10-9-8. But I said to prove a point of me not thinking he's the best player or in the top
that's what
10
we're
players, I
doing.
didn't
We're
put
just
him in.
What I'm trying to understand, right, is if you have Harry Kane in your list,
Yep.
right, and the argument is he's not playing that well, but
You
he's
made
been
that argument. I didn't make that argument.
But
So who
we
made the
know
argument?
when. Okay, we can.
okay.
All right, let's wheel it back to the combined 11 where you didn't want to have Harry Kane in the
perfect.
yeah
Okay, perfect.
because of his performances were low.
No, because Jesus was performing so well without
it's-
scoring
you
goals.
said in there Harry
Yes.
Kane is shit.
Yes.
You said that.
No, I
In
didn't
that
say
episode,
he's
you did.
shit.
You did.
I said he's genuinely. I think Harry Kane is
Of
shit.
course,
Or I
bro.
just said he
but
was
I'm
shit.
telling you, in the episode,
No, it
You
doesn't.
are getting away with this.
He just brought up
No.
a point to say that I had Jesus over Harry Kane because of how
no, I'm
Jesus was
telling you
performing,
based off Harry-
which
no.
shows that I don't care about goals as much as you guys.
But I'm telling you that you still had him in your
okay,
list
but
now.
you're
All
not
right,
making the
Jeremy.
point of why I think
Goals are so important. The reason
Well, that's exactly that's not
they
my
are
argument.
so
So
important.
should Jesus be in
But
this
you
list?
can't. You can't.
No,
you
he hasn't
can't-
played enough.
Yeah.
He just hasn't played enough.
You can't.
Based on ability, should he be in this list?
If
As a
Jesus
striker.
had the
If we
exact
stopped it at
carbon
15
copy
games,
first half
probably,
and second
yeah.
half, he'd be in this list.
100% he would.
You can't.
Even if he was on
Absolutely.
9 league goals, even if he
Yeah.
was
And
on
you
8
both
league
still
goals.
wouldn't put Haaland?
I did put Haaland at 10.
He put Haaland.
Sorry, you wouldn't put Haaland in it?
You
Not
can't.
if Jesus had the exact same first half and second half.
I don't know
There's a
how.
lot of ifs.
Would
There's
Kane
a lot of
be
ifs.
in it or would he be
We
out?
I think I would take
be-
Kane out and put.
We can't be
doing this.
You're
downgrading
saying
the weight
ifs
of
as
a
well.
goal like
Yeah.
that.
The
And it's,
goal-
they're
You
not, it's
can't.
not a
Well,
normal
then you
rate of
should have
goals.
just put all goal scorers.
No,
No.
You should have put
not
the
the
top
point.
5 goal
shouldn't,
scorers in the
though.
list.
You shouldn't.
Why not?
Because the weight of 27 goals is
Okay.
different to the
Okay.
weight of 11.
Okay.
The third top scorer is
Okay,
on
where'd you
11.
have- Where'd you have Haaland in your list? Second.
2.
And where'd you have Kane?
7.
Kane scored 18 goals. That's more than anyone else on the list.
Yes.
Why is he not top 5
Because
for you?
18 is not
And
27.
they're in the top 4. What? 18 is ridiculously high. Like Bud said, in any
And
other
that's
season,
what-
the Golden Boot was 23. So you had
You
a
did say
guy
that,
who's on
Bud.
18.
No,
so
no,
he's going
no.
to break
You did
that
say that,
record
Bud.
No, I
easy.
didn't say it like that.
No,
No,
it's
I
what
didn't
you
say it
said.
like that. No,
He's
I
going to
did.
break
No,
Haaland.
I did.
Okay,
I said Haaland has
I
already beat.
completely disagree.
Has
He's
already
going to
beat
break that
answer to
record.
it. No, I said
I'm telling you, I
Haaland's
can
already
answer to
beat
that.
the other.
What's that got to do with anything? I'm making an argument for why Kane's not higher. If you were saying how much goals weigh,
I'm telling
he's
you.
going to break the Golden Boot record
he's
for the last
saying
4 years.
27
I'm saying,
is not the
I'm
same as
saying you're
18.
de-weighting goals.
You're de-weighting goals.
No,
you're
you
only weighting
are.
goals for one
You're
player.
de-weighting it.
You're de-weighting it for
27
Kane
is
by
not
putting him
18.
8.
Kane's
No,
18 goals is the
27
only
is not
reason he
18.
got
The
into the
only
league.
reason why he's in the list is Kane because of his
That's
goals.
why
the
Haaland's
only
goals is the only reason he's in the
Exactly,
list.
we're all in the same
And you put him
narrative.
2.
Because
I don't
it's
believe
so
in his
high.
goals.
But it's
put him
so
2.
high. That's what I'm saying. It's
But
so high.
So goals
It's record breaking.
So
You
It's
can't be
record
to me.
breaking.
You can't
Only
be
goals
to me.
matter.
Thank you. So
No,
goals
it's not
matter
just
more
only
so than
goals.
anything
Yeah.
else.
This is only
Yeah.
goals.
Nah.
There's
There we go.
But
That's what
to
I'm
me,
saying.
it's
There
only
we go.
goals.
But only for one player.
But only for
Only
one
for
player.
one
Goals
player.
matter more than
Why?
anything else.
You are
Why?
dizzy.
And then,
No, no, no,
you,
no,
and
no,
then
that's
for the
not what
second
happened.
top goal scorer, you can make a different
You can
argument
make a
to suit
different
your
argument.
The
narrative.
second top goal scorer is
you want.
9 goals away. What are
Okay,
you talking
him,
about?
Samuel,
He's 9 goals
Samuel.
away.
No,
I'd argue
He's
like that
9
if I was
goals
wrong,
away.
to be fair.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
I'd argue like
9
that if I was
goals
wrong.
away.
It makes sense.
It's this. It's
Because
the right
you're
argument.
he's
No, no,
9
no,
goals
no,
away.
that defines
It
What are
doesn't
we
matter
talking?
how
What do you mean
far
it doesn't
away
matter?
he
Okay,
is.
he's 9 goals away.
You
Do you want to talk about importance of goals?
9 goals
Or no?
away.
Or does that matter?
Don't just
What do you
keep
mean?
So if he
nine
if
goals
Haaland
away.
scores a
So
double-
why should someone
Why
who's
do you
9
keep-
goals away be right behind
If
the guy
Haaland
who's
scores
on
a double and they
27?
win
Makes sense.
5-1, why does that matter more to you than Kane
Exactly.
scoring a goal?
Scoring goals.
Where they win 1-0.
If you want
What
to go
are we
in
talking
depth,
about?
If you want to go in depth and look at his
two
goals,
games,
which games he
back-to-back
scored
hat-tricks?
hat-tricks, which game he scored doubles,
games.
I'm sure you can easily look at the argument of where Kane scored goals, where Haaland scored goals, and compare it and say which goals weighted more. If you want to make the argument for goal scoring, why does it matter if City win 5-1 in a game and Tottenham win 1-0?
Because this guy
and
is
Kane's-
the best goal scorer on the
See, you're
planet.
just saying stuff.
Yeah.
If you
You're
can
not-
score
you're
more
not saying
goals,
stuff.
if you can score more goals in a game,
You think Kane is
why
just-
should you punish him for scoring more goals?
Because you get 3 points at the end of the win,
No,
and you
but
get
why
3
should that be
points
a
at the end of the win.
punishment though? Why should
if
that be a
it's
punishment?
5-1
If you can
and
score more
1-0,
goals,
and
you
the
think
guy
Kane's just going to be like,
scores
nah, I'll
one-
just stick to one goal.
Yeah.
How
He's
many goals
only
do you
not
think
scored in
he's
4
fucking
games.
goals?
What? You are reaching, bro.
It's not a reach.
You're
It's not a reach
reaching,
at
bro.
all.
You're reaching.
He's only
You're
not
reaching.
scored in
It
4
is.
games.
You're
So what are you talking about?
5-1. You're reaching, bro.
He's
You're
only
reaching.
not
You think
scored in
Kane's
4
gonna be like,
games. What
nah,
are we
I just wanna
talking
score
about?
one goal every game.
So if you've scored in 19 games in the season, he's only not scored in 4 games. So then what the hell are you talking
that
about?
not in conversation being
What are
the
you
top 10
talking
best
about?
player in the league?
What are you talking about? You didn't even
So
answer the
important. He
question.
can
You
almost
didn't
score
even
in
listen to what I was
He's
saying.
almost scored in every single
Let-
game
let-
he's
let-
played.
let- let- let-
If
let-
we're
let-
talking about importance of goals, then why isn't Vardy being considered as one of the greats?
Exactly.
If that's a huge
By who?
narrative where it's like
You're saying why
the
isn't
importance
he?
of goals.
I've not
saying-
done that for
you're saying
Vardy.
why
I've not
isn't
done
he?
that for Haaland. I've not done
No,
that
no,
for
I'm
Kane.
just saying
He's saying
because
why
you're
isn't
saying
he?
like
If we're talking
you're
about
No,
importance of
I'm
goals,
saying for him.
Yeah.
I'm saying I'm trying to help him make his argument.
why are you trying to
Not
help
for
me make my argument?
Because we asked
I've
you
got
the
the best
question,
calm,
and all
bro.
you kept
Exactly.
repeating was he's 9 goals ahead. Listen to the argument
okay,
we're making without yelling
you're-
and
yeah,
saying
you're
9
the one
goals.
yelling.
Okay, you yelled 9
I'm telling
goals
you.
over him while he was talking
How
9
can you-
goals,
how can
9
you
goals, 9
compare
goals.
Someone who's 9 goals away. How can you
Because
compare
okay,
them?
so okay, here
Yeah,
this
go.
is exactly how we'll do it.
Go.
If Haaland's on 36 goals and Kane's on 27 goals, you don't think there's an argument for why Kane should be right near Haaland in goals because he's breaking goal records, but because he's not at Haaland's record, he shouldn't be next to him in the list. That's what you're saying. He shouldn't be next to Haaland because he's not at Haaland's record, but he's still breaking
not
goal
breaking
scoring
any
records. He's on track to bust the last 4 golden boots to beat them all.
Yeah.
How is that not breaking records? It's the last 4 years in a row golden boot, and he's playing for a team that's single-handedly
Jeremy.
he's their best player.
We're talking about somebody who's already done that,
Yeah, Jeremy.
as opposed to somebody who might do it. So I think the argument is you got a guy who's already there, he's doing crazy stuff, his numbers
Yeah.
are just ridiculous, and a guy who isn't there at the moment.
What do you mean? Yeah, but you guys were saying how much goals weigh. We're still
Goals are the
talking
most
about
important.
goals.
Goals are the most important element of football.
Okay.
Yes or no?
So why wasn't there more goal
So,
scorers
say-
in your list?
Yeah.
Goals?
Yes, answer.
Exactly right.
I had goal scorers
I'm
on my
agreeing
list.
with you.
But
No,
no.
no, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Who were your goal scorers in your list? Tell me.
My goal scorers on my list
Yep.
were
I've got
Rashford,
it here. Yep.
were Kane,
Yep.
were Haaland.
Yep.
So 3 out of
Yes.
10.
You had
3.
30,
The top 3.
30% of the list.
They're literally the top 3 goal
You had
scorers as
Rashford
well.
over Harry Kane.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Because he has
So Rashford has less goals than Harry Kane.
Yeah, there's a difference.
But-
Okay, can we
Rashford
talk?
also didn't play
Yes.
during the start of the year.
Yes.
And came good right before the World Cup.
And
but
don't-
you've got Rashford over
Don't say
Kane.
performance. 'cause
Less goals.
No, no.
And
I wasn't
even
gonna
when
say that.
Rashford,
That's not what I was gonna
games.
say.
even when Rashford
No,
doesn't
that's what I
play
was gonna say.
well, he scores and he's got less goals than Kane, but you've got Rashford above Kane.
That wasn't what I
Well,
was going to
Rashford's
say.
a better player
Rashford's a better
as well.
Yeah, that's right. It's
now
also a better
than
player.
Kane.
in the last
Then
10
Kane.
games only.
But if you look at the scoring rate, Rashford has a better scoring rate right
season?
now. No,
Right now, Rashford he hasn't scored like in every game for the
Literally.
last 10 games.
You said before, you prefaced your
He
list
went like
was
8
as
in
the
a row.
season.
No, so I'm saying exactly as a season.
Okay, so there we go. Kane's got more goals than Rashford.
He also has Rashford has more in all competitions.
Well,
We're doing,
And
a,
has-
we're doing a Prem list.
Yeah, but the best players in the Premier League right now. It's not just based on the Premier League. It's based on them.
We'll base it on the.
So your
Premier League.
argument falls down when you have Kane lower than
Exactly.
It
So if
doesn't.
you want
the
to,
argument doesn't fall down.
fall
Why
down.
right,
do
you
think
guys
it
are
falls
ignoring
down?
why it falls
So,
down because we're
so
you
why
guys
for
are
one
arguing
player does
goals.
performance and goals matter, but the other one it's only goals?
think about
Okay,
this.
so
The
when the
scruff-
goals
scruff,
is so
so
high
much
that it
higher.
is the level, you can't compare when it's the levels aren't the same height. If the height is all the way up here for the goal, he's broken every single at this point of any single Premier League season ever. He scored the most goals. He's already broken Man City's most goals in a season, which is held by a top 5 or top 4 striker ever in the Premier League. Some people have him at 2, 3, 1, whatever.
So
He's broken that record.
What he's
Nobody
doing
has
is just
has
crazy.
ever scored that many goals.
But you also want to put you have some players high on your list due to influence as well, right?
yes.
Of course, he's having
There
an
is a
influence.
massive argument that City would
We
be
can't
better
say
off.
we can't say he's
without
not
him.
having an influence if he scored in every single game but 4. You
But
can't say he's not.
You've seen City previously in other seasons
but-
spread their goals across their team, and they've
Yeah.
fucking broken.
But we're
they've got
talking about
100
him.
points.
But
They've got 99
Scott.
points.
They also sold Sterling. They also sold all these players that were scoring those goals and had a
Exactly.
big impact.
So they've built the
So they've
system for
changed-
Haaland.
Yeah, they've changed how they play for this guy. And that change has resulted in him still putting the ball in the back
and them
of
as a
at
team being
ridiculous
worse
rate.
off. So he's having a negative influence on them.
No, but it's not. It's not. If their end goal was to do this,
If their end goal is to get Haaland to score, they're the best team in the world. But their end goal is to win the fucking league and be the best team.
Then I also had Odegaard above Haaland. Why is that?
Top of the league.
See?
Top of the
So
league.
what are we
So
doing?
performance and league
is he
position
more important?
also
I'm not
matters.
arguing- Is Odegaard more
It doesn't
important?
make
Because
sense.
your arguments
Nothing
fall
makes
apart if we
sense.
want to look at lists.
But I'm
Because
not-
you
don't
can't
talk
have
to
an
me.
argument
Yeah,
for
but
one
talk to
player,
you for
a
not
different
having him.
argument
My
for this
argument is
player,
that-
a different argument for this player.
The argument isn't
And my
about
argument
having
is
him
the
not
same.
in the list.
You
Where
may
you
as
put
well
him
not
obviously
have
is your decision and how much you.
Why is
I
placing
wish I
him
didn't have
10
him there.
I don't think
and
you
not
should be-
having
no,
him?
no, no.
Why is placing him 10 and not having him so crazy?
I'm telling you,
is
not
crazy.
play. Tom, I'm angry at Tom.
Nuts.
I
It's not having him 10 and not having him
I
isn't
think
crazy.
there is absolutely no way that
May
this
as well
list
not
should
have
be
put him in
put out
top.
with no Haaland in the list. That's what I'm
I
saying.
think if
should
Haaland's
Haaland's
in my
breaking
list.
records in any capacity,
him
he's not on the
and
list.
you having him at 10 is ridiculous.
Salah
This
was in
is
list.
exactly that's the
ridiculous.
same guy that used to put Salah in his list.
It's
all the
ridiculous.
time.
I've never rated him
There's a
high.
reason why
Yeah,
Bruno.
Tom, you would have put Salah in the
you
top
put
five.
him.
Let's not be
You put
stupid.
I would have
top
put him
five.
5 or 6.
Yeah,
Salah.
let's not be stupid. Yes,
Just-
if you had
Sure.
Haaland at 5 or 6, if you had
So
And
do
I
you not
think-
see how ten's
What do I
like
have
an
him at, Jerry?
insult
Haaland,
to this
6 or
whole
something.
Yeah, but Salah,
I have him at 5.
Salah never had in the teens of touches in multiple games in the year.
Exactly.
But Salah's
Salah
never been
was still
scoring
one
at
of
this
the
rate.
best players
Salah,
in the league.
Haaland's going games in a
Salah
row
was never a
with
good
9
winger.
touches.
Yes.
10 touches in,
every
a game.
time.
And
You
doesn't
wanna
that
make
tell
him
me
way more
he's
efficient?
the best
The only
player?
reason
He's
Jeremy
one of the
put
best
Doesn't that make
players.
him way
Tom,
more efficient?
No, it doesn't.
No, but
it means he can
There's an
score goals
argument-
at a high level,
Jeremy,
which we've
he's
already
the
said
best goal
is
scorer.
elite. Exactly. I agree with you.
No,
Okay.
let me
So the
ask this
best
question
goal-
to Tom. When you
I
put
agree
Salah
with
in,
you.
did you put him because he was a good winger? Or because
I put him in.
No, you didn't.
Of his
You didn't put him in
No,
as
you
the
put him-
best.
I
as a
never,
great
never
player.
thought he was one of the best wingers.
Yeah,
No,
correct.
but I did think that he had more of an effect on the game than
Of course he
Haaland
had
did
more
at
of
the
an
moment.
effect.
No. You would have put him because of his output.
Yes.
But this guy has
Yes.
been a good striker and output, so it's both this time.
He has not
And-
been a
and
good
the-
striker. He's been a good goal scorer. That's it.
So how many strikers are better
I
than
mean,
him in the
he's
league?
been a good
How many
striker.
strikers are better than
How
him
many
right now?
strikers
What
are
do
you
you
willing
mean?
to say is
How
better
many-
than Haaland in
right
the,
now,
in the
right now
Premier
in the
League?
league? How many are
Who's a
better?
better player than Haaland?
No, no. How many strikers are better in the league than Haaland?
For what? What are you saying?
How many strikers can you name right now that are better in the league than
How many
Haaland?
strikers are better than him?
I need more context.
How many strikers? You don't need more context. How many strikers can you name that are better than Haaland in the league? Just tell us right now. Plainly,
Yes, he may have chosen the wrong word, but
plainly tell us. Plainly tell us. Why
Chill,
can't I
chill.
argue here?
plainly
yeah,
tell
yeah,
us
yeah.
you can understand what he's saying.
No,
He's saying that
no,
Haaland should
no,
not be
we
the-
literally don't know what
the
he's trying to say
best.
right now.
If you're having 8 touches in a game, you're not the best player.
Yeah.
So don't tell me, sit here and say he's the best player.
No,
when
no,
you're
but
making
we asked
arguments
him
to
a
why
question.
Ronaldo's nowhere near
Well,
Messi,
swear down, yeah.
but his
I've
goal
heard
scoring's at
the
such a
best
high
defender,
level.
best player,
What are you
goal
talking
scoring
is
the ball
less than
10
that.
times.
Okay, Ronaldo's goal scoring last year was so much higher than Messi. Who was the better player? So much higher. Maybe 20 goals higher in all comps.
Yeah.
It wasn't, but yeah.
No, it was. Messi scored like 8 league goals last year.
No,
You said in all
towards the
comps.
back
Okay,
end, he
in
was
8
scoring
league
more.
goals, he scored 8. Ronaldo scored, just let me say this,
17.
he scored 18 in the league. Messi scored maybe 7 goals in the league.
Okay.
Who was a better player last year?
So you want us to answer this question,
Yeah.
but then when we ask Tom, he's going to say Salah.
Messi also had
No, no.
15
You want-
assists
you want us to
last
answer
year.
this?
What I'm doing?
You want us to
So
answer
how-
this?
how much weight's on goal scoring?
There is a.
That's
a
what
lot
I'm
of
trying to
weight-
So
figure
then
out.
figure it out, because Harry Kane's definitely got more assists than Haaland.
No, he doesn't. I literally
No, he
just checked it
doesn't.
right now.
He doesn't.
He doesn't have more assists than Haaland.
No.
You just checked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what were the numbers?
Haaland has 4,
This
Kane
cunt
has
just
3.
fucking
All
made.
comps.
Haaland
Check
does
it-
have 4.
check it
There's
right
no
now.
way in all
He
comps.
does have 4. No, in the league.
Check it
he
right
has
now.
4 assists.
Check it right now. And if I'm lying, I'll quit this show.
Tom.
Haaland has 4 assists in the league. He does.
Go, tell me.
I literally just checked
Since
it.
goal scoring is such a high weight, answer my
conceded-
question.
you
And then
conceded
we'll stop.
possession.
We'll
It is
stop.
I can
not-
answer.
It isn't a super highway. I think the argument is if you're breaking records and
Exactly.
doing stuff nobody's done
Ever
period.
seen before in
reason
football.
why-
You have
That
to be
is
on
the
the
weight.
list
That
at the
is
worst
on its
ever.
own
We're
possible
talking about the
scenario.
Premier League, and he's doing something the Premier League's never seen.
Yeah.
Ever.
You've got Saka higher than Haaland.
Yes, I do.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Deny.
He scored 15 goals more than him. And? What do you mean, and? He's scoring goals at an incredible fucking high
Whether I
level.
have Saka or Haaland in my list, respective of place.
If you guys are
is
saying
calm.
that place
The fact
doesn't
that
matter,
you-
then we're argument's
No,
done.
like, the fact that
Then
you
the argument's
have
done.
him in the list.
Then the
Yeah,
argument's
it's a
done.
thinker.
If you guys are saying place doesn't matter, then I don't care about
place
arguments.
doesn't
No,
matter.
it matters.
It
No,
matters.
it matters as
but
much.
you don't
It
have him in
matters
your
less
list.
if he's not in your list.
Yeah,
No,
that's
it
what I'm
doesn't.
saying.
No, it
doesn't.
doesn't.
It does.
It doesn't
No, it
matter
doesn't.
less.
It
You don't
doesn't.
have him in your list, bro.
It doesn't.
It does.
It does.
You don't have him in your list.
If I mess up my order, it's better than not having.
No,
certain
it's
guys on the
not.
list.
It's not better.
Oh my
No,
days.
it's not.
It is.
Okay, so if Saka's 10, Thiago Silva's 1, but you had them both, it doesn't matter because they're both in the
No,
list.
no, it matters.
Messing up your order matters.
No, it matters if you had KDB not in your list. Then it.
So you're saying if I had considered Haaland being 13 or 14,
But you didn't say that.
but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It
But
doesn't
Jeremy,
matter.
Haaland
said
is not
that.
13 or 14.
Yeah.
And
Why
you
not?
know it. Saying
Why
he's
not?
not.
He's not.
You
He's
had
just
him
not.
not.
Bro.
He's
Not.
just
You
not.
know
He's
deep
not.
down you would never consider a player just scoring goals as being the number 1, number 2 player.
If there was
their
scoring-
ability
I've never
was
put him
so
there.
low.
If he was
I
just
put him
top
number one,
scorer,
number two.
you're just all I'm saying is if he was just top scorer,
I put him number 6.
You had players higher than Haaland
Yes.
that aren't near the goal level, but you're saying how much his goals matter. the argument's not
I'm
consistent.
saying that for a player like him, his goals matter.
Yeah, for me,
A player like
exactly.
him,
a
his
player
goals
like him who
matter.
can't play on the ball.
Yeah,
goals-
okay. Let's say like
His
Haaland's,
goals matter.
he's not a player.
But you know what you're gonna get
He
with
has
him
to
when you
score
bought
a
him.
certain amount for you to be like, okay, it justifies him being
Exactly.
this good because he's scoring at a rate no one else is near.
and he's well and truly
That's
past
why for me it makes sense for him.
justification.
But
Why
He
does,
wasn't in the
why
list.
does Harry Kane get handicapped in your list because he's a better player than Haaland?
Exactly, but he scored less goals.
Why?
He scored
Okay,
less goals.
so what would your justification be if he's in the list with Haaland? Where should he be?
Who?
Harry Kane.
He's not in my list.
No, I'm just saying.
What
I'm
would you have
saying
him-
because we have Haaland and we've had this huge like emphasis on goals, and we have Kane.
You
Where
literally
should
just
Kane be?
put. You
Yeah.
just put.
Where would you
I would
put
probably
Kane?
have Haaland higher, but not high in my list.
Okay, so where would you put him?
Kane?
Just tell me where
Where
you
would
put
you
both
put
of them,
Haaland
and
and where would you
then
put Kane?
we can go from there.
Well, why does it matter? I made my list. Haaland's 10.
no,
Kane's
because
not
then
in.
you don't
you're
have Kane.
saying we're
No.
playing.
So you wouldn't put Kane in your list.
I didn't put Kane
Yeah,
in my
but-
So would you
okay.
put Kane in your list?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
So then tell us what you put.
Where would you put both of them together?
Probably Haaland 9, Kane 10.
I don't know why that stinks though.
Why?
You guys are acting like because Haaland scored so many amount of goals, it takes away from how many goals Kane scored.
Yeah.
No,
Why does
no,
that
that's
take
not
away?
what we're
No, you
saying,
did
though.
because you said it's so much more.
No,
but
I'm
Kane
saying-
scored
I
18
have
goals.
both
We're
on my
saying
list.
when you
And
get to a stage where
they're
it's-
both one place away from each other.
Yeah.
I have them both in my list. They're both one place away from each other.
There's guys in here who didn't have that, so they can answer my question.
All right, do you want me to answer your question?
Sure. One of you
So
two
what's your question? What's your
So
question?
why is the disparity between Kane and Haaland so distant, and that's okay?
Okay, so let's look at Kane.
Mm-hmm.
We've come to the conclusion together he's not playing at a level he should be at in terms of his footballing ability. Yes or no?
Yes.
correct.
No, I'm saying
Correct.
It's
No,
close
No,
enough.
that's correct.
No, I'm
that's
saying
correct.
as a player,
Because
you'd
we've all
expect
said
more as a player.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
2020
We're
We've all
saying
said
he's carrying because he's scoring goals, not because he's playing
That's
well.
why I
what
put
we're
Kane
saying.
in my list.
Exactly.
Based off his goals only.
He's in
Yeah.
my list because he's not playing at his best. Because when he has been at his best, he's been top 3, top 4.
2020.
in
And you
all
said
of our
that.
lists.
And you said that.
Sure.
You said that
If you look back on the episodes, we've all put him high when he's been playing well.
I think I had him
he's not
1 or 2
because of that, and he played well and he was scoring, so he was very high. For me, he's not there because I considering yes, he's a goal scorer, but he plays well. For me, if you look at Haaland, I look at him purely on his output.
Thank you.
And
but not him playing well.
well, for me, him
it's
playing
an
well
element.
is his
But the
output.
thing is,
So
you know what you're
Kane,
gonna get with
it's not
him?
his output, but Haaland it is
No,
his
Kane
output.
is his output.
no, it is his output.
No, it's not.
Yeah, we were saying
Because
it's
you're
his output.
giving him lower marks because he's not playing.
No,
well.
no.
But Haaland's having 9 touches in a game, and he's playing well.
That's what he said.
You're not
Look.
processing.
Now we're going back.
Kane is in this list because of his output, but not because he's playing well as a player, because he is a good player. But he's in the list.
So you're handicapping him because he's not playing well at the moment.
No. I'm saying.
What do you mean
Kane's a
handicapping?
What do you mean? He's in
What
the
do you mean
list.
handicapping him? He's putting him in a position
He's in the
because
list.
he's not playing well.
He's not playing well, but he's scoring.
What do you mean
So he's in the
handicapping?
list.
Yeah.
How's that
He's saying
handicapping?
What do you mean handicapping?
He's
Because you and Mike are
when,
both at
when he
Haaland
plays
too,
and
right?
when he plays good and
Why is it
scores, he should be
handicapping?
here. Because
Because-
he's not playing good, he's here now.
But Haaland is also not playing good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's,
So-
that's the
We've
point we're
never
making.
said Haaland's
But
a good-
why is
a good
Haaland's
player.
but
That's
why
the
is
point we're
Haaland
making.
so
No,
high in your
I
list
get where you guys
and
are
Harry
coming
Kane is
from.
not?
I get where you guys are coming from.
Yeah,
But he's got
Haaland-
27
if you're
goals.
playing
No, I know what you're saying.
No, that's what I'm saying. I completely agree
why
with you
is
guys.
Haaland
I
so
don't-
high in your list and Harry Kane is
You
so
know, I get
low?
5 and Kane 9. Cool.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
get
that's
it.
what I'm. That's what
I
I'm
get
saying.
you. I
My
get you.
answer to that is he scored 27 goals.
Exactly.
So whether or not I think Haaland is a sick player, because I don't think he's a sick player, but for someone to score 27 goals, for me,
Exactly.
at a rate that's never been seen before, broken every
With that kind of
goal-scoring
ability as
record.
well.
No one
Can't
thinks
wrap my head
Broken
around it.
ability-wise,
every
he's
single
better.
goal
With that kind of
scoring
ability,
record.
it's outrageous.
27 goals in 23 games should get you into the top 5 or top
If
whatever.
you're not a good player and you're scoring 27 goals in that many games, it's outrageous.
Any other season, a player scores 19 goals
Yeah.
in
We
25
don't give him
games,
his high
they're
regard.
in top 3.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
and
this reason,
absolutely.
just because
And
Haaland is
absolutely.
9 goals ahead,
And I
he's
think-
not now.
no,
That's what I'm saying. We're
I
taking
agree.
away from
Yes,
Kane
that's what I'm
because
saying,
Haaland
yes.
scored so many. But
Don't
what
say
has that
we.
got to do with
Do
Kane?
not say-
But
No, I
to
get
answer
you.
your question,
I
to
get
answer
you.
your question with
We
the
are.
goals, a lot of those players have had a way greater impact, and we could argue have played better
No.
to justify them being higher.
Mike, they haven't
don't
had
you
a
agree?
greater impact.
No, but-
No,
because
but your
Kane is
reason for
single-handedly
Haaland being high is
impacting
only
his side.
goals. So,
But it is impact
so
as
for
well. It is
players
impact.
around
It's
Haaland,
impact, bro.
It's impact as
It's
well.
impact, but you
Let's
not
not
say-
be
but they're
for
worse
City.
than last year.
Haaland
Let's not be
plays for
silly
City.
though. It's impact. Let's
They're
not
way- they're way
so
worse
okay,
than
don't
last
take,
year.
Don't take City from
Well,
last year.
okay,
Take
okay,
City from this
yeah.
year, and he scored in every game but 4. But that's
Absolutely.
impact.
What
But
do
we're
you
not
mean
gonna
you
s-
can't take them from
I
last
said
year?
don't take them from last year.
Why?
Take them
Why
for
can't
this
you?
year.
Because you're putting people are putting Casemiro high in their list because of what
teams-
United were
teams
last
don't
year
have-
as well.
City don't have the same squad as they do last year. So why are we acting like they have the same squad? They don't have all
Neither
the
do
same
United.
players.
They have a better
Yeah,
squad
I agree,
this
I agree
year.
with that. I agree.
Yeah, exactly. They do.
United have a better
With
squad, and
every
people are
other
putting
team we're
Casemiro
doing, we're
high
looking
because
at
of
where
his
they
impact.
are,
City
why
are
we
now
got- why we
worse
can't do
because of
that.
Haaland,
Casemiro
but
wasn't in
just
my
because
list.
he's
I think
scored.
what
Casemiro's not
MJ's
you,
trying to
but-
say is the reason why we used to put Kane higher is because it wasn't just his goal scoring.
It was his impact as a player.
As a
I
player,
know what
he
you're
was a
trying to
better
say,
footballer.
but I'm saying why
No,
the
I-
disparity in position in the
On
list?
this one,
the
I
disparity
agree
between the
with
two
you
goal
in that.
scorers.
Yeah, but
when
the-
19 and
To answer the
25
argument
is
he's
elite.
been a
I know,
worse
I
player.
agree, but what I'm saying is
So he's handicapping him because of
That's
his.
exactly what
No,
we're
no,
doing.
no.
That's what I'm saying.
The
yeah.
disparity is that
know
one
what
is
Bud is handicapping.
What do you mean?
Bud keeps saying that he wasn't playing at the level, and he scored the goals, but he wasn't playing at the level he had.
That's what I was saying. I agree with you guys in that point.
Yeah.
Whereas if
Definitely.
the season ended
I agree with you
tomorrow,
guys in that point.
If Harry
Yes.
Kane doesn't, he scores one more goal for the rest of the season, finishes on 20 and 36 games. Everyone's saying he's a
And
top
our,
three
argument,
striker.
our argument
Top
is
three striker.
cool. Have Haaland 1, but have Kane 2 or 3.
Yeah,
That's all we're saying.
Not 2 or 3.
No, I'm not saying have
Haaland
Haaland
6.
one.
I don't know if
I'd
I agree with that.
Haaland
Fair
6.
I don't
or
think
5.
Haaland's
Not 2.
Kane
Haaland
was
was
6.
To reiterate,
if you're gonna have
the
him
thing
high,
is,
you
I
have
feel
to
like
have
my
Kane
distance
also
between
high.
Haaland and Kane is fair.
to reiterate,
Wait,
no,
what's
I don't
your-
think so.
I don't agree.
Have him
Two
at
and
7.
2 and 8, I don't think
As
is
in
fair.
Haaland at
Yeah.
7.
No, have Haaland at 2.
Yeah, I think we have them both of them the same, but I think
Yeah.
mine's 9, 2 and 9.
Let's go top 3, boys.
Oh my god, my
It's-
energy's
it's the
drained.
end. It's 12:30
Haaland, huh?
p.m.
Is it?
We need
Yeah,
to go
man.
home soon.
Look at what we do for the fans, man.
AM, sorry, 12:30 a.m. Sorry.
AM.
People were
not
like, why is it
PM.
still dark? These
All
guys
right,
in Norway.
The top 3 that were in here, everyone had them kind of high.
Oh, shit.
We'll go to the number 3,
I'm actually tired, bro.
which is City midfielder Kevin De Bruyne.
Okay, I don't.
This is probably the lowest finish he'll ever finish in a fucking list. I don't know how.
I think I put him 3 as well.
Adam 1.
If, yeah, you want to run through it?
Adam
Em,
or maybe
Deny
one.
1.
1 or
Mike
3.
3.
Yeah.
Tom 2. Bud
Not in the
8.
list.
Samuel
1.
1. Jeremy 2.
What are
You
we doing?
tell us why he's 8 so we can move past this.
Why he's 8 for me? I think
No, there's no point.
over the last couple of, I'd say this whole season, I think because City have changed the way they play. Yes, he's been getting more assists. Not gonna say anything bad about that, but I don't think he's been playing good.
But
as in
do you
what
think-
we're used to?
Do you
have
think Kevin
Ward-Prowse
De
in your list,
Bruyne's overall game has dropped? It hasn't. You know,
I think
we can't be.
it's
no,
but the thing is, it's not that it's dropped, it's changed.
We talk.
And now that it's changed, I don't think it's good, and I don't think he's
He has
played
not
well.
changed at
defensively,
all.
I think
and this
I think
is where my
think-
fucking issue is.
I think it
because
is.
you're gonna sit there and say Jeremy didn't have Haaland in his top 10. Jeremy didn't have Haaland in his top 10.
Oh,
and
man.
in the next sentence, you'll
Yeah.
sit there and have KDB 8 when everyone else has got him top 3. And you think
And I
there's-
feel like you're lying.
There's a huge deal
I'm
with
not
me
lying,
not
that's
having him
the
in the
thing.
top 10.
The thing is, I
this
did
one,
remember-
order is
I-
important.
No, no,
I
it
did
is
remember
important,
him,
of course.
and-
Yeah.
But I
It
feel
is.
like you're
When everyone
just,
has,
you're just
when everyone
lying.
has a play, it's very important.
I would just like to ask you, when's the last time you watched De Bruyne play? If it's against Arsenal, which I assume it is because that's his last start in the Premier League, he was the best player in the field and looked like the best player midfielder that's played in the Premier
To
League.
me, I don't. To
don't
me
watch games,
personally,
do you?
Just you
I
don't
don't.
watch
I
the
don't
games.
like this Kevin De Bruyne, like the way.
What about him?
Kevin De
He's
Bruyne.
literally he's
Because
the
he
most
has to- it's
he's the
like- it's
most
like he has to
complete
facilitate-
midfielder.
He's
He has to
athletic,
facilitate for a guy.
technical,
I don't like that he
can
has to do that
shoot.
now.
What did you say?
Can do
What did
everything.
you say?
That he has to facilitate for some guy now.
So he's the only guy who's facilitating your guy, Haaland, but Haaland's in the list, but Kevin De Bruyne's getting penalised because he's facilitating your guy.
yes,
But come on, cuz.
I don't think there's anything. There's nothing. You're trying to connect
Wait,
these two
wait,
guys. It's not working.
But just
Wait,
say,
it's
just
not
say
working.
he'd be higher in your list. Just
It
say
should be higher, but not
Yeah,
top
just
five.
say he
I
should
wouldn't
be
put him
high.
top five. I wouldn't put him top five. No way.
Why?
No, I'm not. I don't think he's been top
He has to
five this
be.
season.
Just say my
Easily.
bad, bro.
No,
Because realistically,
maybe
Yeah,
maybe six to eight,
he's
but not
literally-
top
I
five.
I feel bad for
I'm
not
not
putting
gonna put
him
him.
higher than third.
he's untouchable.
I haven't had number one, bro.
I just
I had him
can't
number
let it
one.
let
To
him.
me,
And
he's untouchable.
To me,
I felt bad.
if I sat
And
here
I
and
put him
said, yeah,
third.
he's top three, I'd be lying.
man.
He's untouchable.
You want
You
to
know,
know?
sometimes you gotta be true.
I just want to know. I just want you to know who you're in company with. There was one
Riley.
person who didn't vote KDB, and it was Riley.
Didn't.
Yeah, but how do I know this?
Didn't have him at all.
And you're the guy
How
who
am I
had him
meant to know
8.
this?
Do you know
How am I
what's
meant to know
worse?
this? How am I meant to
Riley
know
always
this?
comes to us and he's like, pause for you. He's always like, well, when am I getting on the show?
Yeah.
After this list, I don't know, man. I don't know. We gotta think about
Production
it
not
again.
let right on the show.
Then I quickly give us a little one sentence about Haaland. We'll move on. I mean, about KDB. We'll move on.
Not me. He said KDB.
Yeah, just tell-
I'm not KDB. Do I look
I'm
Belgian?
looking- I'm looking
Do I
at
look
you right
Belgian?
now.
No, I do not.
You don't look Belgian at all. I'm looking at you right now. This guy is the best player in the league. Left foot, right foot. Can score any type of goal.
Again, that's
Can
not what I'm
dribble,
saying,
Can
though.
play CDM. Can play 8. Can play in the cam. Can play on the wing if he wants to. Can play second striker. Can play
he can
false
do
9.
anything.
He's elite, bro. Respectfully, he
anything.
is top tier.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
let's.
He's been doing it for 3-4 years.
We don't need to play around with KDB, bro.
He
That's
is
actually
that guy.
perfect.
That's perfect.
He's
to know.
literally
Yep.
that guy, bro.
He's
And you
everything.
have him at 8.
Yep.
And he's been still
Whoa.
doing his thing. There's a reason why man can just chill for the first 16 games of the season. Pep says, you know what, time to go deep in the Champions League. Puts on that X factor and he goes deep in the Champions League.
All right. Number 2.
Facts.
We're finishing this off. 7 points above above KDB. Sorry.
Wow.
7.
7 points above KDB is Marcus Rashford.
No.
So you guys want to
Not
sit
seven.
here
Nah,
and act like my list was terrible, but
Wait, who did this? Who did this?
I'll tell you who did this.
I think I did this.
Denai had Rashford below KDB.
Of course I did.
I had him
Mike
higher,
had Rashford
obviously.
number 1.
Yeah.
oh,
Okay, that stinks.
Mike.
Tom had Rashford 7. Bud had Rashford
Nah.
number 1. Well done. You and old mate over there.
oh, MJ, you're in company.
Samuel had Rashford
Welcome,
4.
welcome, welcome.
Jeremy had Rashford
4.
I think I had Rashford.
Yeah, but 10
5?
games out of 25.
5.
Well,
I think he's very good, though.
Mine's a,
That's why he's not
mine's a
higher for
heavily
me.
formed pick.
What was your?
I'll
Where was
take
he in
the L.
yours?
5.
I'll take the L.
On form.
Of what the
I-
last
on
10
form?
games?
Yeah, I'll take the L. I picked him completely off form.
Same. Obviously, his form. I'm not saying he was fucking good in the first before World Cup. No,
It's
Everyone knows
definitely recency bias and it's
is,
definitely
of course.
form.
It is.
And
Yeah.
but I was
I'll take
still
the L.
not stupid enough to put him above
But
Kevin
I'm
De
just
Bruyne.
riding
like
this
you.
wave right now. It's nice.
You're riding bare waves, bro. You got freaking.
Oh yeah,
Ward
but it's the
Prowse.
worst.
No,
list,
this is
bro.
the worst. It's way worse than not having Haaland.
Thank you.
Which, in my opinion, isn't bad.
I don't think it's worse.
This is-
Obviously, you
I'll
would
take
say
the
that
L,
because you have
of
him
course.
10. Yeah.
Everybody, I'll take the L.
Rashford.
Thank you,
Thank
Mike.
you.
Mike
Thank
said my
you, thank
bad.
you.
Old mate's sitting there like he's not going to say a word.
Bud's got a smile on his face.
Hey man, I was in Velvet the
And-
episode before. I don't
And
mind.
obviously, I've got Rashford 5. So
Yeah.
incredible. He's great.
Yeah.
To be
When
number
he-
5.
When he wants to play well, he's unplayable, and as he's shown in
Most informed.
every game after the World Cup. Even if he's not playing well, he scores. When he is playing well, he goes past plays with ease. He creates chances with ease. At times, it's him, Weghorst, and Anthony, and he still makes United look so threatening when they're going forward. So I think Rashford, especially post World Cup, has been elite. I think his form before the World Cup is what evened him out to 5 for me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why he's that 4th.
That's what I'm saying.
That's where he was at
I
for
should
me.
have put him
Because
there.
I had him at like 6. No, what I
Yeah,
have him?
I think
I had
it
him
was
mid,
6 or
yeah, I had him
7.
around
I should
there.
have put him there.
It's purely because before he was an absolute stinker. Now he's just been doing this every single game, putting the ball in the back of the
Every
net.
game.
You're just hating. You not doing that. That's why.
When I
chatting
checked,
about?
because I didn't watch the Carabao Cup final live, I checked FOTMob and it was own goal, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Well, it's his
Rashford
goal,
didn't
bro.
But it
score.
was Rashford,
It
yeah.
was his goal.
No.
When you expect
after
him to
it got
score.
given as his goal, but when I checked straight after the game, it was own goal, and I was like, "Oh fuck, this guy didn't score." I was surprised.
Yeah.
He didn't score. Then they changed it. Rashford goal.
Exceptional.
And he's like,
A
he's
game
little
a game
baby,
doesn't
man.
go past anymore where this guy doesn't score.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Wow.
He's incredible. And also, I don't know if you guys saw. Did you see his pass before the goal?
Oh yes.
No.
He does. The ball comes in the air, and he does a hit like this in the air to Weghorst, like
Oh, like a
heel to
heel to heel?
pass.
Oh, shit.
in the air, like
That's confidence.
Okay, but we're
Yeah.
not going to pretend that he's better than Kevin De Bruyne.
no, he's
Nah,
not.
he's not better.
He's
than
not.
Kevin.
No.
He's more
So
informed.
to Bud, he was 7 places better than Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, yeah.
Can we just hold up? I'm doing the calculations. This is 2, right? So Who's?
Oh, we're going to get to it because you had another howler.
Oh.
Number one, our best players in the Premier League, which I don't agree should be one.
Wait. We haven't named 2 players. What?
This is number one, and we've put
We're
him.
missing so many players.
We've put him as the best
we
player.
miss?
And now I think we're going to get hate because too many people have overcompensated
Facts.
and made him one.
Facts.
Bukayo Starboy Saka is, we're saying, as a collective group, is the best player in the Premier League.
That's the problem.
It doesn't look nice.
Okay,
to me.
ready?
Wait, what?
Can I just say
Where
something?
did I put Saka?
Mike, you
I
had
had him
Saka
top
5.
So for me,
Denai had Saka 2.
I had
For
him
me,
top
this
3.
Tom
is-
had Saka
yeah.
1.
Tom,
Bud had Saka 5.
He's been the best player this year.
you just said he's not the best player at Arsenal.
Yeah.
No. I've got a reasoning why I put Partey 3.
Jeremy had Saka 3.
So can I just say something? This is for everybody that doesn't realize
I thought you were
that
gonna
we
say
did a
Haaland.
collective list, and the way that collective list works is by voting, and
Points.
everybody gets points, and that's the reason that Saka is propelled to number one. But I'm telling you, there's only one person I believe that put Saka number 2, Mitch, which doesn't count, and Tom put him number 1. Bukayo Saka is not the best player in the Premier League. He's not. It doesn't count. No, it doesn't count because he would have put Nketiah 2 if he could. He would have. True. So yeah. So Bukayo Saka isn't the best player in the league, but he has been phenomenal. And I don't think we're not going to be too angry that he's this high up. But he does not deserve to be number 1. But he has been phenomenal. So let's not take it away because of how this collective voting worked for him to get to number 1.
I'll hear that.
And there's a weird part of me because I think he's exceptional. I think he's the best right winger in the world. If we're saying Messi's not a right winger.
Yeah.
He's the best right winger in the world at this point in time. I think he's been one of the most informed players in the league. He's one of the reasons Arsenal where they are.
Consistent.
But for me, it's weird. Like, I don't think he should be... I think he has to be top 3, but he can't be higher than 2.
I'll say top 5.
Like, I don't want to see his name as 1, but I think he has to be top 3. Like, it's weird for me.
But why?
I genuinely don't believe he's the best player in the league. But
Because he
I believe
doesn't-
he's the
he's
top
not the best player
3
in the
best
league.
players in the league.
He doesn't
If you have him
believe-
5, okay. Top 5, that's the max minimum.
Definitely.
But I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think he can be
I'll say
1 for
top
some.
5.
I don't know why I think this, but I don't know if other Arsenal guys will agree. I don't think he can be 1.
He can't be
Because
1,
his-
bro. He
His
can't be 1.
output
Yeah.
isn't exceptional.
For
No, enough.
I think 1 is
good.
exceptional output, exceptional performance, and he has exceptional performances. Output good.
Good output.
And that's the only reason why. Performance, and he's not Hazard level performance.
No. Where you can
when
just
Hazard
be
was lower output, but every game he's man of the match. Saka, every game is one of Arsenal's best players, but there's some games where he's...
He can't
Yeah.
be 1. He can't be 1.
I don't know, it's weird for me. It's a weird
Can't
one.
be one.
I'm
You can even
conflicted.
Flip the
actually
other way
surprised.
and say,
But then
Nick
again,
Salah.
if someone asked me right now if who's going to be my player of the season vote, as of right now, if I said Saka, it wouldn't be crazy. So I get that this list is based off this season, but I think for me to think about Saka being the best player in the Premier League right now, I just don't think he is.
I don't hate it, but I just disagree slightly with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think there's
And-
been way worse things.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm countering my own argument. And
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, every big game, he has been the one.
That's
Yeah.
what I mean, though.
Yeah.
Every big game we've played against the top 6 teams.
every
I
important
think
game
he
steps
scored,
up.
Yeah.
set up a goal, was
Yeah.
our best
That's
player
why
man of
I'm
the
like,
match.
I don't hate it. But I think it's weird to say that because we're almost talking about something that is against the grain and against what we should be saying or who we should be saying is the best. And maybe that's why it's uncomfortable. But
And
it makes sense, actually. If you think about it, it's like you could argue that he's one of the best players because he's doing it against the best
Yeah.
teams
and
in every single game.
Every time.
And I
he's
think
on
it's because the jump has been so big. It's like the jump for him to get to just us having him at number 1. Even in just this season, he's gone from like good Premier League player to one of the best players, the best player at Arsenal, to the best wingers in the Premier League, to then best wingers in the world, to now being the best player in the league in this group collective opinion. I feel as though the jumps have just happened so quick and so fast that it hasn't been the consistency in between to be like, yeah, Saka best player.
And I think out of every like normal, I guess, pick, this would anger people the most for some reason. I think the Saka one would just.
Because he's black.
I think Saka has a lot of
I think.
stands.
I
I
think.
think 'cause he's
I'm not saying it's
unorthodox
right,
as well.
but I'm saying it would just anger
He is
people
unorthodox.
the most.
Yeah.
Just because it's like no, they'll be like no, he can't be one.
Yeah.
Whereas if someone
We
like
know he can't be one.
No, but
No,
just
but
to reiterate,
I'm saying like
I don't
it's just
mind
like
it.
just to
it's
reiterate,
not that
I
far
don't
off.
think. I think we're thinking he can't be one because we think there should be a player that's one.
But then
Yeah.
it's like,
But then
why?
who's
But
been
who's
more
one?
consistent?
Yeah, then
That's
it's
what I
like,
mean.
why?
I don't know.
but also it's
Yeah,
not.
I don't mind it actually.
It's only
weird
2 people had him one.
He's playing in the team that's coming first.
Yeah.
He has never injured. He scores or assists in all the big
He's played in
games.
66 straight games in the Premier League.
He's
Wow.
there. You go. He's got the highest GA in Arsenal, the team that's winning the league.
Yeah, he does.
Probably gets
He
fouled the most. without
Gets
getting
fouled the
calls.
most. He's your most important player going
He's
forward.
completed the most dribbles in the league. He's got the most goals and assists for players under 21 in the whole of Europe, I think.
He's still under 21.
It is an American stat, but it is he is
It's NBA.
just a player that's young.
Remember
who's-
them NBA stats.
Yeah.
LeBron James, left-footed, left-handed
It's
in the
nothing.
third quarter.
in the third quarter.
Yeah, nice.
And that has been our top 10 list. I'll quickly go back through
That was
it.
kind of funny, man.
Number 10, Rodri. Number 9, Zinchenko. Number 8,
Yeah.
Harry Kane. Number 7, Thomas Partey. Number 6, Odegaard. Number 5, Casemiro. Number 4, Haaland. Number 3, KDB. Number 2, Marcus Rashford. And number 1, Bukayo Saka.
I'm actually surprised he got
I
first.
see. I have a lot of issues with that just from the start. We just named Rodri worse than Zinchenko. He's not.
But
He's really not, is he?
No, he's not at all.
He's just
No,
not
he
possible.
hasn't
Is he
been-
not?
It's just
He
not
hasn't been
possible, right?
worse than Zinchenko.
It's just not
No.
possible, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
And Rashford being second.
Rashford
Stinks.
being
He's
number
had 10
2
good
I'll take the L
stinks,
for
man.
Rashford, definitely.
Nah, yeah.
fence.
Nah, to me that stinks, bro.
Let's
Odegaard
not-
isn't better than Partey either, so but
No.
he's ahead of him.
I don't know.
No.
This just really stinks, to be honest.
Yeah, and fans, look, like
Not a good list.
if you want to argue with my list, shoot me a message. I have a screenshot of it. I'll send it to you.
Nah,
We can
you
talk.
won't.
You know what we should do? We should like post
I
people's...
can yeah.
Post people's lists.
Yeah.
And
And
expose
then
them.
like
And
some
tag
kind of
them.
like engagement things like whose list was like
The worst.
Yeah.
who had the howl.
A poll.
Well, I think we only need.
I was going to deactivate
We need
this.
we only need 4 answers. Ready? PBB.
So just
Bud,
just
Jordan,
quickly when
pretty
Bud was
Bud.
saying Jeremy had Haaland, just quickly before we finish, Jeremy didn't have Haaland in his list. He fucking didn't put him in his list. He had Mahrez higher than Saka. So
Oh my god.
whatever that tells you, know that.
It's time to go.
Wrap this episode
mean?
up.
Mr.
Take me home.
Mr. Pretty Boy Bud himself, man.
Hey guys,
Yo, crowd, it's been good, yeah. Let him shoot veteran. I see you over there. It's been good, man. Make sure you like, share, subscribe.
we got
You know
cool
what it
shit
is.
coming.
Yeah,
Pause.
We're doing a few things, man. We're doing a few things. You know, when I step on the pod, man, it's box office.
Adelaide, see you soon. Perth, clean that water.